The Emperor has foreseen a new threat rising against him. The Podwans Podcast.
Hot diggity dog! Look at all these people!
Surprise!
I feel like I'm in that game show where you do the tic-tac-toe thing. You're in a box.
Oh, Hollywood Squares!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yes.
Okay, wow. Welcome to the celebration spectacular episode of the Podawans, a podcast. Man, I would say, like, Luke, Char, Harris, how you doing? How is everyone here doing after celebration days 1 and 2 as we're going into day 3, even though we're sadly stateside? Oh God,
I'm hating. I'm so hating.
Don't remind me.
You're hating. You're hating. Why are you hating?
Forever
What's
mad.
going on?
Forever mad that traveling. Forever mad that traveling.
Oh, you're hating
because
you weren't there.
Yes,
okay.
I
support. We see each other. Yeah,
You already know.
I wanted to go, but I was like, God, it's Japan. I have all this travel in front of me, so I didn't. And my friends kept sending me pictures of Celebration the whole time. Of course, it's when I'm sleeping. So I wake up and I see like 40 or 50 pictures of like amazing art pieces and really cool cosplay. And I'm like, why? So, yeah.
Yeah, this has been as a stateside bystander. I don't know what else is like. We're not in Celebration, but like we've been seeing it, and it feels like it's been a little bit more open on the not going side than it has been the past couple of years. I feel like we've seen more. But that being said, since we have so many people, let's just run down the line. I want to know who you are, what your little most prevalent social media name is, and what your favorite thing that you've seen so far from Celebration. We'll start with just go down the line. Luke.
What? Sorry, I'm doing TikTok stuff. Don't go to someone else.
Char.
Hi. Well, I'm Char J. You can find me here at the Podwans Podcast, as I've been for the past 2 years or so. Actually, I think 3 years I've been on here. And the favorite thing that I found from Celebration has to be the mall announcement. I was not expecting a mall show to be coming out of that Celebration, but that's my take.
Yeah. I thought that was the thing that I said was going to happen was they're going to announce something no one was expecting, and that was it. Harith.
Yeah. For me, I would have to go with the surprise announcement that no one saw coming for Mando and Grogu, a brand new Star Wars film, Starfighter, starring Ryan Gosling. We knew Ryan Gosling and John Levy was going to be a thing, but the fact that they were there in person, and B, that it's all like rebellion focused and after Rise of Skywalker, that was the reveal where I'm like, oh hell yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Yeah, that is Starfighter is prayers have been answered. Chris.
Hi. So I do a bunch of podcasts. I do Dark Side Divas, which is a Star Wars podcast, Holodeck Divas, which is a Star Trek podcast, and then For Light and Dice, which is a tabletop role-playing Star Wars The High Republic podcast. And then my favorite thing, honestly, for shady-ass reasons, Ryan Gosling being in the middle of the fan stage and on streaming, he was so jet-lagged and so tired. He was just like sitting there like, whoa, what's happening right now? And I can really appreciate that as somebody who's been to Celebration before and being like, wow, there's a lot of stuff happening at once. And I love that moment a lot. In terms of announcements, though, Maul, I'm ready to love him more and worship him more, and I love that there's more Maul.
Amazing. And Sawyer.
Oh, hi. What is the question? What my Wi-Fi wasn't working. What's my favorite announcement so far?
Yeah.
Can I be honest? It was the Turgle Black Series figure.
Amazing.
I'm so excited about that.
Valid.
Celebration is something for everyone.
Everyone indeed.
My people, yes, this is Star Wars Tia. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, nerdy shit. Nerdy stuff. I think my favorite thing, I'm gonna go with Harith, is the Starfighter show, movie. I mean, because I said it already in commentary and stuff. I've been begging for like something new. Oh shoot, my bad. Something new after, the sequel, something that we haven't seen before, something in the future. I want those new stories, those new characters. That's why Acolyte and Skeleton Crew were such a, breath of fresh air. Sucks that Disney fumbled on the Acolyte right there, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Skeleton Crew. But definitely Starfighter is. I'm excited for that. See what kind of story, fun story we're gonna get there.
Yeah, for sure. And Eggy.
Hi guys, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Also, Tia, oh my God, it's so good to see you, and Sawyer. Oh my God, it's so good to see your faces. And hi to everyone. I know there's some people in here I haven't met yet. I would say that so I'm Miss Eggy on TikTok. I was doing tons of Star Wars content back in 2020 to 2022, and then I kind of pivoted a bit because I just kind of said every opinion I had. I was like, I don't really have any other opinions, but I still love Star Wars. And I would say that the thing that I'm most excited for, this is so embarrassing. I don't even think that they announced it at Celebration, but man, they're re-releasing the Revenge of the Sith novelization, which is the greatest book ever written by a human being. So I am on that shit. That comes out October 4th, and I'm like, give it to me, inject it into my veins. I love that book. So that's what I'm most excited for. But Starfighter sounds really, really cool. I don't know, but it's I don't know if is it gonna be like Top Gun, but with like ships or something? I have no idea. But I'm open to anything. I agree with Tia. Just new stuff. I want new stuff. I love the Skywalkers. I never need to see them again. I just want so that's where I am for sure.
Eggy, I agree with you, even though Darth Vader and Anakin are my everything, but
everything.
I do agree with
love
you.
Them.
You don't want another 7 seasons of the Clone Wars?
Please
I
kill
mean,
me.
I do.
I mean, yeah, like that's the whole joke, right? We do, but
we wouldn't mind more.
We do, but we don't.
I just want more Star Wars. I don't care. Give it to me. So
we wish we could go back in time and let the show run its course. That's kind of like what
yeah, that's so true.
But Josh, what was your favorite?
Oh, is it my turn? Okay,
It is your turn.
Eggy, this is the first time we've ever got to speak to each other. So hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Tia,
Same.
I love you, girl. I cannot
Josh,
wait to meet you in person.
hello?
Wherever it is. I don't care if it's on.
We're there.
I don't want to cuss. I don't care if it's on Mars. If it's on
We are
Mars,
there.
we will meet up and get slammed. I promise. I on God. No. Hello, everybody.
You already know.
It's about to be funny as hell when we. No. Hello, everybody. My name is Josh. My stage name, I guess you could say, is Mesa Windu. It's been very fun this weekend. It's like Christmas for Star Wars fans. Even more so than May the 4th. Like this is like Christmas. Star Wars Celebration is like a big thing for everybody. It's always so fun to see everybody kind of coalesce. Even when we're not there, it's fun to see everybody on the stream, walking around, talking to everybody, people talking on Twitter about how they finally get to meet people they've been mutuals with for 2 years or something like that. And they're like, oh my God, it's such a great moment. And it's great. My favorite moment so far. So I'm a big XCOM fan. I'm a big XCOM head. I've played hundreds and hundreds of hours of XCOM 2, and more specifically XCOM 2's Star Wars Overhaul mod. So this Zero Company news has been a big moment for me because we have been waiting. Me and the other 15 people who play XCOM 2 right now have been waiting literal years for something like this to happen. They're like, why don't they do a strategy Star Wars game like XCOM? And they just have never done it. You ever watch something and you go, why the heck have people not done something like this? And then they finally do it and you go, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's been a lot of fun. And Star Wars Starfighter looks cool too. And I'm obviously excited for Andor. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's like a given, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Do you guys want to just go down day by day, talk about so much has happened in just the past 2 days. So basically the first thing
I get the answer now, right?
Luke.
No.
I guess you can.
Like my favorite
Get out
one
of here,
was
Luke.
no, sorry, I was messing around with the TikTok stuff. My favorite thing that has come out is probably the Ahsoka panel. Seeing Rory as Baylon Skull, I think that's amazing. I think the Mortis stuff that Chase is absolutely going to hate. I think my prediction is probably going to be spot on. So y'all can just send me your bets now. Go ahead.
Luke,
and your prediction is
crazy. I'm sorry.
Yes, that word.
His prediction. So,
by the way, good transition.
So
good transition.
So I will tell you what his prediction is. So obviously at the end of season 1, the Mortis gods are involved, right? And then Dave Filoni brought up at Celebration that there's going to be some involvement with the Mortis gods. And then he's like, oh, well, Mortis, if Obi-Wan's back, Ewan McGregor's going to play him. Like, wow. Like, what a prediction. Like, Ewan McGregor's going to play Obi-Wan? Really?
Anyways, Mando and Grogu.
No. I just thought it was a dumb of a prediction.
Mando and Grogu is the first big thing we got. And I have to say, like, as much as I'm excited for any Star Wars project, what we've gotten here, like the little AT-AT hallway scene, I was like really impressed with. And the fact that Sigourney Weaver is also going to be a part of it. She's an X-Wing pilot. Like, oh my God. Like, just
wasn't prepared for that. Yeah.
No. And the beat. Hi, welcome, JJ.
JJ,
we killed JJ.
Did George R. Martin release when's the winner yet? Did it happen yet? Did it finally happen? Help, please.
Listen,
Oh my
why
gosh,
are you trying
that's
to make
terrible.
her quit already? Why are you
That's
trying to make her
terrible.
quit already?
It's not happening though.
I was in the background, and all of a sudden she's live. Like, what the fork?
So we've got JJ and we've got Brooke here now, and I want to pass the same things on to you guys. Brooke, what was your favorite thing at Celebration so far that you've seen?
Okay, so I kind of forgot Celebration was happening, and then I saw people go in Japan. And I was like, oh, it's a thing. So I have to I have to unplug the part of my brain that is locked in on other things that are other shows. We're locking into Star Wars.
So you're trying to tell us something.
Really, it was just the picture of Pedro Pascal without his helmet.
It's good.
If I have to be honest, nothing else has really wowed me, except for that.
Valid,
but that was enough.
Yeah, JJ, what is your favorite thing thus far?
Loth kittens.
Yes,
story.
They can't walk; they have to roll around.
I'm so excited for the Loth kittens. Like, the capitalistic pig in me wants all the toys. and I love the fact that Dave Filoni was like, I gotta pay for this somehow. Here's some merch.
Yes.
I'm like, give it to me. I'll take it. It's got cats, obviously. Andor, obviously, season 2. Darth Maul, like the Maul show, looks. The vibes I'm digging from that leaked trailer that I saw. I'm digging it. I'm very curious. What does Sam Witwer mean by saying it's going to bring in George Lucas's vision for the sequel trilogy? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
How insufferable are people going to be when a certain character is wearing too much clothes? That's what concerns me, but I'm intrigued.
They made Talon woke. Gosh darn it.
Talon is woke.
Where's the DEI?
Why is Darth Talon not like always in a bikini and you're just like, I know what you are.
I know what you are. The movie, like, it looks. Is it Starfight? Is that what it's called?
Starfighter. Yeah.
Starfighter.
Mm-hmm. I think the premise is interesting. I hate Sean Levi and Ryan Gosling of it all. I'll be honest. I'm not excited.
You don't like Ryan Gosling?
I don't. Not for this. I'm sorry. Like, I tweeted one of the things that I tweeted Friday was I wish Star Wars and Lucasfilm would do some fresh faces. And I'm just like, there's too many like big known stars, and I know what they're trying to do. I get it, but I wish they would like do what like like HBO does often, is bring in a lot of like fresh faces into
That's
the
fair.
franchise. So that's my only thing. So, but
I actually agree with that. I think Ryan Gosling's amazing. He is Knuff, but
he's a what? I'm sorry.
He's Knuff. He's Knuff.
Oh, Knuff from
yeah,
from
he
Barbie.
is.
I blanked out.
As a Ryan Gosling stan from the Goosebumps era.
Oh wow!
I love him. I will watch him in anything. He's my Noah Calhoun. Like.
But I have to believe though that there are people that feel the same way about Ryan Gosling as I feel about Sigourney Weaver. I am so excited that she is in a Star Wars, my sci-fi mother. Yes, finally you have arrived, and I was shocked that she was a rebel pilot type character who. I've seen that. I've seen the leaked footage. I'm sorry, Lucasfilm, but I have. But her behavior towards Grogu was perfect, and I can't wait for her. I can't wait for her moment. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, the thing about Mando and Grogu is, I was like, I'm gonna go see it. I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be fine. But what they've shown us and kind of like what they're kind of doing with it, it has me more excited than I was. Like, I'm excited next year to go to the theaters and watch this movie. I'm like, this is gonna be fun. Like, it is like just a feature film. It feels like when like Star Trek would have a movie and it was like this big deal. And it's like we're getting back to that feeling where like the Twin Peaks movie, the X-Files movie, and it's like sometimes they were good, sometimes they were bad, but it was like, ooh, we get to go to the theater to see Mando. Ooh, this is exciting. So I'm excited for that. Does anyone feel any differently about Mando and Grogu?
It's a movie.
It's Star Wars, I guess.
Pedro Pascal looks incredible. Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Grogu swims. What else?
Grogu being a menace. That's like my most thing that I'm like excited for the movie, because Grogu being a menace is always fun. So I'll take Grogu like that.
That's it. And I do love the fact that I don't know if I love the fact I'm speaking kind of generally, like Tony Gilroy being so honest about what lays the foundation for every show in Lucasfilm. It's that little like fucking CGI little green menace. I mean, little doll. I think that's pretty hilarious. That all of their funding comes from their merchandise. To me, that's funny. But I don't know what the plot's gonna do.
With Grogu, we need to get Disney paid her.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
who's directing it?
Favreau.
Filoni.
Oh, is it?
I think it's It's a Favreau Filoni production. Is I think the way it's been marketed.
Well, now
it's the best way. So it's just one of those things. Like it's them working together on a feature length film, which I don't think they've ever done before.
Yeah, it's kind of uncharted territory.
Jon Favreau.
I think a lot of. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the set pieces that they've like kind of revealed, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm like, I was initially pretty like, all right, but like, I mean, they'll get me in the theater. Like, I know I'll go and see it, and I'm sure it'll be a really good time, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. Like, I think it's one of those things. Like, when we got the announcement of Starfighter, and I hold the same thing for Mando and Grogu, is the best thing they can do is pleasantly surprise us. Is you go in the theater and it's like, okay, we'll see the Mando and Grogu movie, and you come out and like, that was so much fun. I think like I had a very similar reaction to Solo. I was like, oh, okay. And I think for a lot of people, Andor was the same way. I was like, all right, the Rogue One guy gets a show. Okay. Oh my God. And then, the same with Solo is like, I was like, oh, okay. Like Han Solo's not my favorite character. I like Han Solo, but we'll see. And I adore that movie. But no, Solo was so much fun, especially in the theater. It was just so much fun to watch, and
it was better than I thought it would be. That film, I have some ethical problems with that film in terms of one particular plot, but like in terms of the whole film, if I look at it, it was much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was a super fun heist movie. Like, it was just a good time, and I expect something similar out of this Mando and Grogu movie. Of like, Is this going to be a buddy cop film? You know, is this going to be, you know, another type of heist film? Who knows? Like the potential to have fun and be pleasantly surprised, I think, is getting more and more as we've gone on. But what I think a lot of people are excited for, based on what we did going around, is Starfighters. I have a lot of thoughts on this movie. I was on with Pep and Brandon last night talking about it, and I want to get everyone else's thoughts on Starfighter before I embarrass myself. So
You're funny.
Okay, so I'm just gonna resonate what JJ said. I don't know about the Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling thing. Again, unknowns would have been like when it comes to Ryan, unknowns. I love when Star Wars gives people that we don't know about the opportunity to come, and because if you come and star in Star Wars, that's like a gateway.
Yeah.
You know, for
it can be.
It can be, yeah. Well, you know, depending how the fans take it, whatever. But fuckers, sorry. But
real based, more cursing.
The children.
Demonetized pod ones. I'm just kidding.
We don't make any money.
It's okay if you curse, but it's funny. It's okay. Like,
it wasn't me.
Like
it wasn't me, for the record.
Chris is a bad influence. I don't know what to tell you, but but then Sean Levy, you know, I wasn't such a big fan, even though Deadpool and Wolverine was, you know, it was fun, but I was like, is that the energy? Can he bring the Night at the Museum energy instead to this movie?
Ooh,
I love that movie.
It's
amazing.
I watched Deadpool and Wolverine on my iPhone on a TikTok live with the bass boosted.
That's hilarious.
I had a great time. I thought it was as someone who I don't watch Marvel movies. I was like, I think I was visiting my parents. I was visiting my parents, and I was like, oh, someone's streaming Deadpool and Wolverine on TikTok live. This is hilarious. And the bass is boosted. You can't hear anything when explosions go. I'm like, I'm having a really good time with this. This is so much fun. So where I agree with you guys on this aspect of like the story I would love to be told of like a post-war, what happens to like the pilots of the New Republic, the pilots of the First and Final Order, what happens when the fighting is done. Do I think the guy who made Deadpool and Wolverine has the capacity to tell that story? It's doubtful, but but there's always a chance to be surprised. Like there's directors who have surprised us over and over again. Like it's one of those things, like anything's possible. I think the talent of someone like Ryan Gosling can carry, like if you would have told me that Ryan Gosling could be Ken or be, you know, someone in Blade Runner or the like something like All Good Things, like the breadth and talent of someone like him, the reason he has gotten consistent work since he was 12 years old up until today, there is a reason. He's gorgeous. That's part of it. But he's also insanely talented. So I have faith in him, and this has the potential. If this is just a like, we're just going to make Top Gun and it's going to be with X-Wings and TIE Fighters, okay, cool. I'm also fine with that.
Mm-hmm. I think somebody said that it might be like maybe this is the Rogue Squadron kind of story that we're
It's probably what it is.
I think that they have put a lot of different, like if you look at Rogue Squadron and you look at Rangers of the New Republic, Rangers of the New Republic is now just Mandalorian and Grogu, and Squadrons is possibly Starfighter.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I think that if something like Starfighter does well, like in the theaters, like it has good reception, it has a good box office turnout, you will see more of a revival for something like Rogue Squadron as a potential. But it's like if it's just like if it's another like Solo where it's like, oh, it's another Star Wars movie, people liked it, but it's not you know, super newsworthy. Rogue Squadron's done. We're never seeing it. So
I'm never gonna hate on more Star Wars, but for there to be a project that happens after the sequel trilogy, I don't know if this was the one for me. I I wanted to know more about the Rey movie. I mean, they brought her out. They said they were going to talk about it, and there's nothing. It's kind of weird.
Thank you.
2 years ago.
Yeah, that's kind of where I stand.
Where is Rey Skywalker, please?
And this was a conversation that we were having like in one of the group chats regarding like they're just teasing 8 movies.
Yep.
There's no like movements, like the casting. We have some of the casting obviously, but the plot, like, is it filming? Is it post-production? Nothing is happening. And Rey film, thanks for bringing that up. Like, I'm gonna bet you $100 right here with everybody that film will never happen. It's going to cancel at some point.
I agree.
And this is why I can't put a lot of my excitement in all of the celebration stuff, because I just don't trust it. I really don't. Maybe Mandalorian Grogu, obviously it's happening, but the rest of it, I am holding my breath. Even in the Ryan Gosling film, I'm gonna hold my breath because we talked about the Squadron thing. Yeah.
This is the difference, though, that I was more excited about something like Starfighter is because they had a plan. They came out with a plan. They said, the script is done. The script is ready. And they are filming in the fall.
Because that was the first word that I tried.
Dawn of the Jedi, somebody wrote in the comments. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Dawn of the Jedi. That needs to be mentioned as well.
Movie.
But I also have to like pour cold water on that. Having done a lot of research recently on Hollywood productions, any project can get canceled at any point. In fact, if you pay attention to the Warner Brothers news, there are entire projects that have been fully edited and ready to go that they just didn't release and cancel. Batgirl, the Wile E. Coyote movie, like all that kind of stuff. It can happen.
Sure, that can happen with any movie. That can happen with any TV show. It can happen with any piece of media overall.
But it's particularly more possible now because of where we're at in the entertainment industry. Like, there is actually a really big problem with the movie theater system, streaming, AI, and all this kind of stuff. Like, there's some big obstacles that is causing disruption all over the place. And I honestly am asking Hollywood production companies to be a little bit more transparent about your long-term strategy, especially Lucasfilm, because like, what is how do you determine success anymore? Like, I'm seeing that Acolyte is still in the top 5 most streamed shows. A lot of people keep rewatching it. We had Manny DeSeno on Celebration. No mention of the Acolyte project. There's no mention of Rey. There's no mention of all these other projects that they were very careful not to mention at all in this Celebration. So like, what's going on?
My whole thing is this is partially a joke, but partially true. Like, this is the sad reality here. Like, and I saw it somewhere that the Acolyte was canceled not by Lucasfilm but by Disney. Like after this whole diversity shit with what Trump's wanting to do and get rid of it, people there are companies following suit, and it's insane to me that we're having to do that because one person doesn't like it.
I understand why you're saying that. I'm not trying to be a Disney apologist. I have a lot of problems with what Disney's doing. They're not paying people enough. They're doing some fucked up shit to their. I'm sorry, I F-worded. They're doing a lot of messed up stuff to employees across the board. But I don't know if that particular thing is true, because Disney is doing stuff on other parts of their company right now where they're taking a lot of fire. Like, I bought tickets to Disneyland Pride Night. And there is suddenly all this like toxic stuff happening in my Disneyland communities. Just like Star Wars has their thing, the theme parks have their thing, and there's a lot of like firestorm happening there. So like, I don't know if that part is true. It doesn't, but to be fair, it's not a good look when you have a show with a bunch of different diverse characters and then it gets canceled despite its success. And there's no explanation as to why. And also, the story of the show ended on a cliffhanger, implying that they thought that there was a strong possibility it would get renewed.
I feel like we could talk about why Acolyte was canceled like all day long and all the conspiracies. I really just think it was such an expensive show, and it didn't bring in as many new subscribers to Disney Plus as the executives wanted, which is unrealistic. And that's why. Like, I don't know.
Especially they increased from 100. I just got an email that they're increasing their subscription from like 150 to 170 a year, which is kind of crazy because now you're paying for everything else as well, the HBOs, the Netflixes, the Hulu, and all of that stuff. So like, we are bearing the brunt of it all. and I don't think the cost is matching what we're getting in my opinion.
But honestly, a one line answer from a Lucasfilm official saying the show didn't do as well as we wanted, that would have been enough for me.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
I don't need.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to speculate further. Like, oh, okay, fine. There's no ROI. Done. Let's move on. There's not even that. And I was hoping for more transparency with Lucasfilm, specifically because there's a lot of movie theater companies right now that are trying to raise more capital. They're trying to devise strategies where we're not going to sit down in a movie theater anymore and listen to 45 minutes of commercials and then Nicole Kidman and then like all these other things. And they're trying to make the experience better, but they do need more capital. And like part of that is what content is coming that's going to bring the people in to watch. And because Star Wars specifically as an IP helped jumpstart the summer blockbuster, I was really hoping to see like a grand vision. I really was. Like, I don't need to know number of movies or shows. Just like, we're going to for sure produce a movie at least every other year and maybe a new Disney Plus show, but we're also going to be doing all these other things. That's honestly what I was wanting to see. And I'm glad for the stuff that's going to be released, but like, I still don't have a feel for a longer term vision of the company. And that makes me worried in this era where different production companies are being gobbled up by larger companies. Disney's still technically an independent entertainment company. There's been rumors for the last 3 years where that may not be the case, and that would be terrible for Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of to quote you, not to be a Disney apologist, I do feel that this celebration, they have been listening to at least some of the feedback. And that's why I think that they were not talking about things they weren't ready to talk about. I think the reason they talked about Starfighter is because you're right. Anything can happen from now until 2027. They could say, hey, it's just not viable for us to continue production on this. That's totally possible. Another pandemic could happen. Another writer's strike could happen. But they came forward and like, it feels like everything they have announced this year versus what they've announced previously was like, this is it. This is when we're starting. This is when it's happening. And they haven't been doing that. There's been times when we got titles. Like there were D23s where you just got a splash screen, nothing else. And to me, what was more exciting than just the splash screen was them saying, hey, we're not going to just throw titles at you. We're going to tell you what we're doing. And I found that to be more exciting than just if they just put up a screen that said Star Wars Starfighter, and I was like, what, the really bad PlayStation 2 game is getting remade? Like, what's going on?
Hey, you're right, but it was still fun.
Everything's fun when you have enough time, and it's like the only blockbuster rental you had at the time. But
hey, there it is.
They remade Bounty Hunter. I don't know why, but no, it's like I appreciate that they are trying to take a different direction with how they are announcing things, and that they have something to show, they have something to talk about, versus just Taika Waititi's making a movie. Okay. So I think that's more interesting and more compelling, and it makes me feel better about where we're going. I think the fact that like the Maul series is like coming pretty soon. Like, it's not just like we're working on something. It's like,
but okay, I don't want to be one of those people. I told Kadi prior to I'm like, I'm gonna probably wear my shirt that I wear it around my family, negative energy and bad vibes only. But I opted out for Andor because it's Andor is probably the last time we'll have good Star Wars for a long time. So I'm like savoring the moment. I don't trust Disney or Lucasfilm about anything at all. Acolyte in particular left a really, really sour taste in my mouth because I feel like that show was thrown under the bus. Big time. I'm sorry. Because
absolutely.
Leslie has talked about the show. She has shown that there's a vision there for long-term storytelling, for long-term planning, especially to tie in the popularity, even among the niche group. I'm not saying it's mainstream, of the High Republic into the prequel to bridge those gaps between these generational gaps, which Acolyte could have done. Am I saying that I enjoyed Acolyte 100%? No, I have a billion issues with that show. And a lot of them stink, have a stink of Disney corporate overlords getting in their little grubby hands on that creative table. So now, like all of this stuff coming up, and again, tying into the Rey movie that Chris brought up, and then into the, what's the other one? Dawn of the Jedi.
Dawn of the Jedi.
And
the Taika one too.
That one too. Like nothing is actually moving or happening. They are banking on Grogu, Darth Maul, Asajj Ventress, and Ahsoka, and circle it back again. Circle these four characters, these glupshitos, for the next 10 fucking years until we get a real movie out of this. And that only real movie out of this is going to be a fucking Sean Levi movie. I'm sorry, like that is insane to me, because Sean Levi that was making Night at the Museum is not the same guy that's making now movies for 13-year-old Reddit like chum lords. I'm sorry. So I don't have a lot of faith in what's going on right now. Like I'm going on a tangent a bit, but like I just don't trust Disney and Lucasfilm with Star Wars at all. And the fact that Dave Filoni is going to be writing all 8 episodes of Ahsoka again, like dude, let her go for a 1 episode to somebody else to write her a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Ahsoka, like, it was fine. It had great lore, but it's Rebels season 5. I'm mid one at that. Like, Rebels on its own is like a perfect show to me. It didn't need season 5, and that's what they did. They didn't give it an Ahsoka show. It was Rebels season 5. So, like, I don't
like Rebels
it.
season 5 so much. That's my favorite.
I'm sorry. I just wanted more. Like, Baylon was like the best character in the Ahsoka show. Which, speaking of Baylon, they brought Game of Thrones, the Hound in it. So you guys know I am sheep for this
Smash.
shit. So I'm here.
Smash.
Smash.
I'm in.
Smash.
I would watch Baylon go around for an hour calling everybody a cunt. I would literally watch the shit out of him. I would.
Swear jar, JJ. Swear jar.
I would. $20 on that one. And I want to quote my friend Sue. I would watch a Zelen TV show with no dialogue of just them doing stupid shit for 10 episodes. I swear to God.
I'm in
just
it.
like making
I'm in
stupid dumb noises. I'll do it. I'll watch it. Like that stuff I'll watch. But everything else, particularly after Acolyte left the sourest taste in my mouth. And this is coming from somebody that did not like the show as much as I wanted to. It's just the whole thing. And now Manny Jacinto on that stage, the way he's talking about it, made me so depressed that I almost did not want to come on the stream, to be honest with you, for us to talk about what's coming up.
Damn.
I just don't fucking trust Disney or Lucasfilm to do anything that's actually artistic and of value. They'll regurgitate Maul and Ahsoka for the rest of the fucking eternity. And now we're going to have Talon, hopefully with no clothes, because clothes are woke. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Wait, were you saying no clothes, Talon, or pro
I am
clothes?
hoping for no clothes, because I think if they dress her up too much, that's woke agenda. I am against
Oh,
it.
I feel you. No DEI. I feel that.
No DEI.
Naked Talon only.
JJ, can I tell you? So I feel the exact same way about
thank
like,
God.
the political aspect. Oh no, girl!
I'm
Like,
drinking
girl,
this coffee out of this coffee cup for you.
Oh, that's so cute! Oh my God, I have a keychain from that artist like right in front of me. Oh my God, I always love whenever they drop Kylo, any kind of Kylo news, like
Please.
you, me, Brooke.
And
all the
Briar Brook,
like
I gave myself the four horsemen of the Kylo Ren apocalypse. Yes.
Like every time they make a Kylo Ren announcement, like we are all like there, like just take. What did I say? I commented under one of your videos. I was like, they were like teasing Kylo something, and I was like, girl, take me out back and shoot me like Old Yeller. I can't take the pain anymore. Like I can't take the pain anymore. But I'll take anything.
All of my faves are dead.
Funny,
All of them. Literally.
But
mine came back though. At least
also-
Ahsoka, Hayden's gonna be back, and my baby Anakin is back.
At this point, I'm like, they're
Don't
gonna kill
hate,
off
appreciate.
Soren.
Don't hate,
in the
appreciate.
Mando movie.
The whole thing with the Acolyte, I was in the same exact camp. Like I was watching it and I was like, okay, this is okay, you know. And then the more that it went, the more that I was like, wait, now we're finding our footing here. Like, wait, this is actually getting pretty good. Best lightsaber fights in the entire series as a franchise, period. End of story. And then they didn't renew it. And I was like, okay, I'm done. And I canceled my Disney I canceled Disney Plus. I was like, hey, I'm done. Hang it up.
That's real.
I'll watch,
That's real.
I'll rent Andor from the library eventually and do that. You know, I was like, I can't.
I mean,
you know, that Manny
people...
came out and he like sounded really sad, and I was just like,
yeah,
that was rough.
That was rough.
No,
That was
like,
really
and
rough.
rougher. It was more
You
rough
deserve
when
so much
people
better.
started chanting season 2.
Season 2, yeah.
And he was like, yes. I was like, oh
yeah.
I just hope that like there's somebody out there listening to all of this. I mean, listen, there was like huge campaign to bring back Daredevil, and it took I don't know how many years.
8 years.
Eventually,
8 years.
it Born Again, which we can talk about, quality of that. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's not.
I was like, that's not the gold standard. But
I was a fan.
Different show.
and I was
Different show.
Yeah.
Young Justice, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just gonna say, I think it's time for us to do our first rotation. So, Chris, you want to do some final thoughts on these?
Sure. Yeah. Final thoughts. It's great to talk to everybody about all this stuff and have my feelings validated about Celebration. But overall, they announced what they could announce. Obviously, they don't have a long-term vision that they're willing to share with us, and that is what it is. However, I'm always excited for more Star Wars. I can't wait for more Star Wars. I really love seeing the Star Wars fans celebrate Star Wars in a very positive way. That's a nice, refreshing thing to see compared to what you see online. And then I always appreciate the effort they went into celebrating Japanese culture and Japanese influence on Star Wars. And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say, Chris, thanks for coming on. It's been a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I can't make it this long ever again.
For sure.
We love having you on. We got to have your co-host on. We got to have her on.
Yeah. Just schedule ahead and also get some tissue paper ready.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Chris.
Thank y'all. Talk to you later.
Where can the good people follow you?
Oh, right. I have podcasts. Dark Side Divas is our Star Wars podcast. Holodeck Divas is our Star Trek podcast, and you can find us on pretty much any podcast platform at this point. And I also do a tabletop role-playing Star Wars D20 podcast called For Light and Dice, which is set in Star Wars: The High Republic, and it's super funny and fun and adventurous and messy and awesome. And definitely check that out too. That's it. 3 podcasts.
Thank you,
it's crazy.
Chris. Appreciate it. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you soon.
Bye.
The book will be out in 2026.
Don't what? No, that book comes out soon, does it not?
No, it's
the Andor one.
The Andor book is from Phil Szostak, and that is both seasons 1 and 2, and so it's not going to come out until after season 2 is just finished. But it is going to be sooner. I was going to talk about the book news because I am excited for a few things. I mean, an annotated version of the Revenge of the Sith novelization.
Oh my god!
I have it on pre-order.
We fucking win, boys!
Capitalist pig.
We win!
Hell yeah! $80, baby. Let's go.
The great American novel, the greatest book ever written. I'm telling you, man.
Eggy.
Yeah,
Eggy,
I said
Eggy. No. For the Anakin stance here, Master of Evil is even more interesting, in my opinion.
That's a good book.
That book.
Yeah.
That book is going to be. I'm going to be just eating it the fuck up when it comes out. Oh my god, I cannot wait. It's going to be a good book.
I haven't heard of this.
And Adam Christopher. He's writing a book about Darth Vader in between the comic runs. It's not very specific on where they're going.
I was about to say, we have the comics.
He's not telling us. He's not telling us exactly when, but it is set in between a gap in time in the 2017 comic run.
Yeah,
but it's a full book that's going to explain his insights and his feelings and all that. Good stuff.
Could it be like a very niche story, he's not gonna be everywhere, but just one instance, one thing that's gonna happen. I hope it's just one story that he has to deal with a whole bunch of shit, but it's just one thing. Not he has to go to this planet and gotta go everywhere.
I was about to say that because I recently read Vader 2017 again, and I was about to say it had to be somewhere in that issue 20 to 30 range when Vader is just building his fortress. I'm like, that's the only natural place you
that's
can kind of
gonna
fit that in.
So then
looks
that
so
does that mean
good.
Padme? Does that mean that it's gonna allude
The
a lot
cover's
to
sick.
Padme?
I mean, it's like it's year one Vader. It's gotta touch on it. It's also gonna touch on how weird it was for everyone in the Empire to have this random dude show up that no one knows, and they're like, who is this guy? What rank is he? The hell?
That's actually really funny. No,
The idea that nobody knew Anakin was Darth Vader is still the funniest Star Wars thing that's ever happened in eternity to me. Like, to me, that's still the funniest thing. And Adam Christopher's a great writer. He made the Shadow Sith bearable to read, so yay.
I mean, I do like
Just say
Thrawn
that.
being like, "That's Anakin," but I'm not gonna say it anymore.
Like, I'm gonna just stay shut because I want to live.
Now, Tia, I was gonna say that like I need like him having a nightmare about Padme and waking up in his pickle jar just crying. Like hell yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes.
I
But I
need
figure
it,
because
need
if he's gonna be building his castle, which is I think one of the reasons he built it there is for the whole Padme trying to bring back Padme type of thing, right? Because that place is like a like what do you call it?
Yeah, it's a force nexus that he's
yes,
trying to,
there
like,
you go.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds pretty good. All right. When
Listen,
does
I
that
need
come
the
out?
dramatics. I need the dramatics. I need Vader being miserable, you know,
Sad.
always
So sad.
sad, crying. Yeah.
Extra.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the other interesting book announcement with the finally the cover reveal for the Jordan Yeki book that's been like floating in the air since like New York Comic Con. So I'm like finally happy that like, hey, look, we're getting more Acolyte content in publishing at the moment. So it's like, and again, like that will give us an opportunity to tell Lucasfilm, hey, let's go buy this book so we can tell them that the support is there, because like that we need to like band together on this with like Black Series and all that kind of stuff, like all the merchandise stuff. Because if we could show them that the money is there, then maybe they'll renew it for another season. I know it's hopeful, but let me have my hope, JJ.
Do you have a cover handy by any chance to show?
Let me try to pull it up on StarWars.com real quick.
Oh God, Tate.
And then while he's
put that in the
pulling that
universe.
up,
sorry.
While he's pulling that up, Alyssa Wong said that she has another thing that she is writing about a character that she helped create, which sounds like that means we're getting more Dr. Aphra, which I am always here for because she's messy as hell in the best way possible.
I met her in Chicago last year, and they signed my comic. It was very exciting.
Yeah, they're
Very
awesome.
Delightful.
I love them.
They are allergic to putting her like on like any sort of animation or live action.
They
screen, by
are,
the
right?
way. Like I don't know. I don't.
True.
Like it was like almost honestly a running meme at one point. I was like, has she like ever been on like a screen after 5 years of being like existing? Like I don't know. He's a great character though.
I joked about this on the podcast. That on Dyad last night. The way that would happen is crazy. Here, back to Harith.
But again, like I wanted to put that on the screen, like JJ was asking for. So again, I'm just happy that we're finally getting at least something in book content, and it's like hopefully, like I said, we can use this as an opportunity to like kind of like hold Lucasfilm accountable and be like, hey, like the fan support is there. Like let's just keep continuing the show forward. Because like at this point, that's all we can really do.
But that, you know something, the only thing I just don't understand Lucasfilm, in that they're saying that, you know, whatever they're implying that the Acolyte was not a good thing for them, you know, with the High Republic and stuff. But they're gonna give us written. So do they think that books then are gonna make them the money where they think a season 2 won't? Like that makes no sense to me. Like if they didn't think it was successful, why are you giving us more books and written content about these characters that you say didn't do anything for you?
And why bring Manny Jacinto to Japan to talk about it? To a show that's been fucking canceled. Nobody finds that weird and a little disheartening.
Yeah, and watching him on the stage, like obviously I don't know him and I can't read his mind, but like I just felt so bad for him up there. I was like, you know, like I wasn't it like the day of the announcement that they were like canceling, or like was it like the day after they announced that it was canceled? That like they were like, yeah, he's coming for Star Wars Celebration, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I mean,
oh
I was
my
like,
god.
They canceled it on
insult to injury.
It was his birthday when they canceled it, right? It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
see,
Couple days
and so-
before, yeah.
and so it just felt like when he went up there and was like, oh, I thank the fans, and I'm so appreciative of the fans, and it's like, yeah, I get it, man. Like I'd be pissed too.
It was also on his birthday. Oh, shut up! No.
Yeah,
it was on his birthday.
I feel bad
they,
for
they
him.
didn't renew it.
When I asked him about like his relationship with between Chimera and Vernestra, and like Man Jacinto was very like ambiguous. Is like, I can't really say much. We're saving that for something else, and I'm like, and then like that kind of conversation leads me to believing that they mapped out a journey for the show.
Excuse me, something else. Is this
So
all
it's
going
like-
to come back to like?
But that's what I'm saying. They did a
plot coming in,
lightsabers whip, and they did nothing with it, and they implied some sort of apprenticeship. I mean, Jedi Master Padawan relationship between Vernestra and him, and then like nothing came of it, and it's like
They were very clearly like anticipating a second season, like based on how everything was going, based on like the pacing of the show. I was like, honestly, to a certain extent, to their detriment. Like I remember there were certain moments where I've been upfront about it. Like there were certain points in the show that I was kind of like, oh, I probably would have done this a little differently. But like,
I agree.
When it was done, I was like, yeah, I feel like before the cancellation came out, I was like, I really feel like they could have wrapped this up a little more neatly. Like I really do feel like just in case, I feel like that should be like the number one rule for anybody doing like a show like that, where it's like how you do in season 1 is contingent on what happens next. And I feel like everybody who does something like that should be like, okay, in the event that Disney's executive big suits come down and go, hey guys, bad news, you can look back at the season that you did do and go, okay, like if they do books later on, that's fine. But at least I made like a full circle story here, where it doesn't feel like there were scenes where it was like, oh, they were very clearly setting. Because there were like 5 scenes. Like I made a joke that like the show ended like 5 different times in the final episode. I was like, bro, I was like each one of these scenes that ends, they kind of like panned out like it was going to be like a to be continued. And I was like, damn, dude, I really hope they come out with a second season, because like there's a lot of stuff you guys got to figure out here. Like you guys need to keep going. And that's like the big tragedy about it, because there were a lot of really, really good moments in the show. And I enjoyed it. Like the charm that it offered was unique to Star Wars. I had never seen that before. And it was a new era of Star Wars. I honest to God, call me naive or call me a shill or whatever. I honest to God thought that was going to be something that, even with all of the noise, and you guys know what I'm talking about, even with all of the noise on the outside, it would have been enough for people to go, I do kind of want to see what happens next. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. So
I mean, I think Disney Plus just has a massive problem in general with not giving any story enough time to breathe, to actually be a thing.
Yeah.
All of Clone Wars seasons 1 and 2 are rough, and the movie's bad.
Oh, God.
So much of Star Wars needs more than one season to get going, and we used to live in a day and age where they would greenlight a show multiple seasons out of the gate, but it feels like now on streaming services, they, and this is like one of my big complaints for Daredevil Born Again. It feels like they had a big story and they kept stripping it out until there's just enough information to cover it, but we actually have to write the whole story in our heads of what's happening.
They're like, they'll write fanfic. We don't need all of this extra fleshing out of characters and plot and happenstance of the events of this show. That'll all happen in fanfic. We can just do the bare bones here.
These stories are literally made for TikTok, for GIFs and memes.
Unironically,
that's the issue with a lot of these stories that are being told TikTok format, so it can fit into a nice little fan edit for us to supplement all the things that they are not doing.
Yeah, right. It's like every episode has to be an event where it's like
and look, I've been a shooter for the 8 episode like mandate. Like I have been in the past. like goddamn, man. Like if you need another 2 episodes, fucking hell, man. Like like holy shit, dude.
Josh, you know this. Like House of the Dragon, same issue. Same issue. How are you telling that story with 8 episodes? That is insane. And I know it was cut down from 10 to 8. And even 10, in my opinion, is not enough.
Yeah, no, you did not just you did not just cut Fire and Blood to 8 fucking episodes. Are you high? Are you stupid?
And Star Wars has the same problem. Ahsoka in 8 episodes, Acolyte in 8 episodes, which to me, and again, they're like so chaotically and like all over the place. One episode is 45 minutes, another one is 45. The way they were doing the Rashomon technique and like unreliable narration with what happened on Brendock, personally for me, it did not work. An attempt was made, but it did not work for me personally. That's only because of that 8 episode structure. So I think Disney and Lucasfilm, they need to look at what's happening with, I'm going to use The Pit as the latest example, because I have never seen a TV show pick up word to mouth like in popularity this quickly. 15 episode season, an hour each episode. We're getting a new season next year. And I want to preface this by saying it's easy to film and it's much cheaper in one room versus like sets and like special effects. The Pit is in a literally an emergency room and that's it. I get that. But I like pick up on the trend of what's happening. Don't be squeezing your TV shows, including Daredevil Born Again, Acolyte, Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka in a lot of ways. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people here love Ahsoka. For me, a lot of it worked. It just, it felt like I don't know who said, I think it was you, Chaco. Like it felt like a movie that was chopped up, or was it Pep? I can't remember. It felt like a movie chopped up to fit a series, and it doesn't work. And it didn't work, in my opinion. No more Pit Pep again. I will make you a pit head, you little dick. You will be
I just feel like a lot in Ahsoka was unearned by Ahsoka. You know, like if you're trying to give me catharsis on her relationship with Anakin, establish her relationship with Anakin. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's what I'm hoping for in season 2. Like, give me that. I need them to like.
Don't make me write it in my head.
And I've been gone for the last 15 minutes, so I apologize for if I'm repeating what somebody else already said on this. But like, when Dave Filoni came out and said like, yeah, like we designed these shows so that like you don't need to watch other shows, and I was like,
that's the point. That's the point. Just watch it.
But also, like, I don't believe you that you did that, because like it's like there are so many moments in Ahsoka where I'm like, bro, they're very clearly referencing another interaction. Like they're solely. It's like, dude, come on. Like I don't know. Like watching that show, and as much like JJ, I'm on the other side of that. Like I did genuinely enjoy it, but I'm one of those guys that's like like. It's Star Wars, so like the big rose tinted is like over me, and it's my biggest like tragedy in terms of criticizing anything Star Wars, because it's like, dude, like I grew up on this, and it's like I love it so much, and so when they go say something bad about this show, I'm like, oh god, the pacing was bad, I guess. Like it's like, but no, like there was a moment there where it was like, okay, like. I remember watching Ahsoka, and this was during the strike, so we couldn't really talk about it on Twitter or anything like that. But like, I remember saying to myself, I'm like, damn, man, like this really feels like a show. Like even this feels like a sequel to Rebels. Like it feels like a sequel to Star Wars Rebels. And
what did I say?
Yeah, and Star Wars Rebels is great. Don't get me wrong. Like it's a fantastic show. But like I remember going like, damn,
always do it. I was just going to say that you and I are like this.
Yeah, guys. For those of you who don't understand, like we are dyad. Me and JJ are a forced dyad. When somebody says some stupid shit, like JJ points out that it's stupid, I hold my tongue, because it's like, yeah, no, like I transferred my energy over to her so that she could say it was stupid.
Good comeback.
No, yeah,
Josh
like
would text me, what the fuck is happening? I'm like,
yeah, Jay, like I would think in my head, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then JJ would be like, what the fuck is he talking about? And I'm like, yeah, no, like seriously, no, like there are moments in Ahsoka where I go like, oh my god, I really feel like it would have benefited the show more if. I don't know. Like I remember, like in the trip. Sorry to hijack the fucking topic. I'm sorry, but like I remember the trailer for Ahsoka, the more like expanded trailer that showed a bunch of stuff. And I remember like the moment where like Sabine is talking to Ahsoka and she's like you never made things easy for me, and I'm like, when the fuck did you guys even talk to each other? And then she goes, Master, and I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? What the? And I was like, okay, so like I guess what happened was that in between the time between
that's
Rebels
just what I'm
and
talking about. They made you write a story about
you
a
do the shit, and I'm like, no, exactly. I'm like, no, I don't want like. Look, we're no-lifers. I know that they mean, in the 8 years that passed between Rebels and now. But like John Smith from like BYU is watching it and he's going, what the he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what do you mean? And that's what I'm talking about.
Didn't you know the people from family? And then she's like, all of my family died. And you're like, what?
Damn! Like,
allergic exposition. Allergic exposition.
Do you know when it lost me? When it really lost me, I was like, "Oh hell no!" When Ahsoka is bringing the orb to Sabine, out of like 70 trillion Cassilian species in the Star Wars universe, Sabine is the only one who knows how to twist. And I was like, this is what the plot is hanging on? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, this is literally a show for 12-year-olds. Like, what is going on? Like, at least keep it animated in that case. Like, you're trying to convince me this is a serious TV show. I could not suspend my belief after that at all. There's a lot of cool stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love all the Mortis shit. I love Mortis arc. Like, I'm a sucker for the mysticism. But that, like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, that's what your plot was hanging on, a thread that you pull it, the whole thing falls apart. Crazy to me.
Now, one thing before I jumped in, you guys talk about other stuff. I just really quick want to talk about like so for me, I was excited about the mall announcement. I don't think we need more mall stuff, but they were trying really, really hard to push Athena Portnoy to saying this is her show. She's the producer. She's producing every episode. Pay attention. So that's the thing that has me excited because she's been in this from the beginning, and I'm hoping she has the chops to actually bring Kira to life under him to actually to do well with the source material. With my feelings on Starfighter, I feel like they were like, okay, Deadpool and Wolverine was a popular movie. I think it has potential, but it also feels like it might be a layup for the Chuds. It could go either way.
Yeah.
But if
that's what it screams to me.
I have this hope, this hope that if that the Chuds are like a pit bull, and if you feed them, they'll leave you alone for 5 goddamn minutes so that we can like get something else and enjoy it. And they're like, well, at least we have this.
It goes back to Star Wars being for like there's something for everybody in a certain like there is a version of this universe where literally everyone is happy. Like there is a it goes back into like how do you reach out to people who you deal with and you go like, how the fuck do you like think these things? And it's like, okay, well if you talk to them, and when I mean talk to them, I don't mean like hear them out because like what they're saying is stupid. But like what I mean is if you tell them why what you're offering is cool and based in Chad, some of them, not all of them, but some of them might be more susceptible to like, oh, like, okay, that's cool. Like I've had people DM me and tell me like there are moments where like they're like, dude, like when you started talking about like what happened?
Hey,
what happened?
Jesus Christ, hey.
What happened?
Tay, another out of pocket thing, man. You're gonna get a chance.
What's going on?
Wait.
I'm kind of drunk. What's happening?
Here's the thing. You would think that would be the nail in the
no,
coffin.
Hi, Brooke. How are you? I just noticed. Hello, Brooke. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Brooke. What's up, Brooke? What's going on, girl? What's going on?
Put the comment back on. Put the comment back up.
What comment was it? I'm confused.
Right there.
Oh my god.
Two of them. All right, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Get the laughs out now. I know. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm fucking crying.
Do not even get me started.
Also, hi, Emma. Emma, we've never actually interacted before. Hello, how are you?
I know. Nice to see you face to face.
Nice to finally kind to see you face to face. Nice to see you. Yeah, no, but that's my general point. It's there are ways that like Star Wars Starfighter is one of those ones where it's you throw a bone to the crowd, and it's if it works out, but then you can kind of lead them back into Star Wars in general, and then give them a story like Andor, and it's dude, I have an acquaintance, I have a friend of mine who I've known for so long, and he's apolitical, and he watched Andor, and he was like, dude, that's the greatest show I've ever seen, and I'm like. And I say to myself, I'm like, dude, there's a pathway.
What's apolitical? What does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I know. I wanted to say it.
We kind of know.
I'm a rage baiter. I'm a rage baiter.
Yeah. I'm a libertarian, by the way. Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
I think both sides are bad. Yeah, no. Let me stop. But no. But that was the example I had where he legitimately loved Andor. He was like, I love how deep it is. I love how it kind of question. Oh my god, it's coming out on Tuesday. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Fuck. No.
It is the 19th. Yeah. Holy.
I'm so excited, and I'm so jealous of people who got to see the first episode. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Chris was making this TikTok.
Yeah, there's folks that have seen
I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm sad. No, but when I watched,
you didn't see the first 3 episodes of the first season before.
Yeah, and when my buddy when my buddy told me, he was like, dude, I love Andor. One half of me was like, that's really funny how you're apolitical and you love this show. But the other half of me, the other half of me is like, damn, dude, there's a way to reach out. I don't know, there's a way to show people this woke shit, the complaining of the woke shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The complaining of the woke shit is fucking stupid. Where it's like in terms of the Fantastic Four, I lost my mind. I was crashing out over this when the second trailer came out and they showed the Silver Surfer, and it was the chick from it was Gardner. Yeah. And people were like, so she's actually based on the female Silver Surfer from the comics, and I was like, I have a counter argument. Who cares? I don't really care. Oh, it's a female Silver Surfer. Okay.
That's all that matters.
I'm at that point where it's I don't even need to rational. Okay, it's Silver Surfer. I don't give a fuck. Who cares?
We need to take their language back and use it against them. People were angry watching the Celebration stream talking about how Star Wars is dead.
And so out of pocket I have ever seen on a chat.
But that's what we need to be like. We need to be like, so you hate Star Wars, but you're gonna watch it for several hours. What kind of beta shit is that?
Imagine having the time to watch a show that you hate, and then having the time to get on the internet and say stuff about a show that you
job.
hate.
Pull yourself up.
If you want to be a high value man, don't watch other people have fun, because that is not high value.
That's why I said when the Darth Talon shows up and she's wearing too much clothes, we need to be complaining. I'm telling you, this wearing clothes is woke nonsense. I'm telling you, it backfired the shit against them. They're literally creating culture war to distract us from actual capitalistic nightmare that we all live in. Like we know this. Like we are smart people. We understand this is happening. So it's like there's no point. Like you said it right. Like arguing and debating. That's whenever I see like a really a blue check mark saying something incredibly stupid and somebody trying to quote tweet it and trying to have a debate. Like, why are you talking to a fucking Nazi? Make fun of them, like mock them. They crumble under a pretext of mockery.
They hate that shit.
I agree.
They fucking hate it.
Naked Maul
they despise it. When you call them like a small man, when you call them like weak and insecure and stupid, they will try and dox you. They are like some angry. It is insane. It's honestly vindicating watching how bad they crash out over it. When they're like, yeah, dude, like she's wearing too many clothes. I'm like, she's a kid, you fucking freak. Are you kidding me?
The Last of Us Ellie.
Yeah, you weirdo.
Why is this 14-year-old child not sexy enough? Is insane.
Why is Ahsoka not wearing her like tube top? She's 14. I don't know. Like, you fucking freak. Freak. Fucking weirdo.
That's what we gotta call them. We gotta call them weirdos. That's it.
Right.
Weirdos.
But with that being said, I was gonna cycle in the next.
I don't understand.
Really quick, Harris.
Yeah.
You guys, I actually have to get going, so I'll exit, and then you can cycle someone else in. But it was so good to see all of your beautiful faces. Oh my God.
Emma, Warrior.
Emma, you always spit like fire in my comment section. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Listen, this man posts a singing TikTok today. My daughter's trying to watch Bluey. I'm literally crying. I'm like, no, I can't. Between the emotional assault of Bluey and that, I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I appreciate you, Emma. Take care.
I teared up when he sang "Shine."
I am manifesting. There is a scenario where like we're 2027 Star Wars Celebration, and I think you guys want tea?
Yes.
You guys want tea?
Say it online?
Okay, all right.
Say it online.
So I was led to believe. Maybe that's the safer way to say it.
Yeah.
I was led to believe. Allegedly in Minecraft. I was led to believe the next Star Wars Celebration, and Kathleen Kennedy already kind of like accidentally said this, but like there's probably not going to be one next year.
Makes sense.
Good.
But 2027 is, help me out here, the 50th anniversary. It is either going to be Anaheim, California, which I don't really know why it would be Anaheim again.
Well, because LA.
The more likely one, and the one I'm predicting is Orlando. I think it's going to be because Orlando. It's been 10. I think it's been like 10 years. By the time we get to 2027, it's going to be 10 years, and people keep bringing up like
2017 was in Orlando.
I just think it'll be Anaheim because it's the 50th of A New Hope. They do more like Star Wars stuff at Disneyland, and also all of the actors who are in A New Hope are really fucking old. And if they all live in LA, it'll be easier to get them to the Anaheim.
So also, Disney was kind of beefing pretty publicly with the state of Florida. And
the reason why I think it still might be Florida is because by the time we get to Star Wars Celebration 2027, which is what I think it's going to end up being, it's not going to be like 2026. DeSantis isn't going to be there anymore.
His
turn.
God willing, and the creek won't rise.
Yeah, I know. Anything happens in this world we live in currently, but like,
if they want to get people to come, especially international people, then
right.
That's true.
And so
coming into the United States is nuts. So
the rationale that I had was, okay, DeSantis is going to be leaving office because he is, by the Florida Constitution, prohibited from running for a third consecutive term. He will
think
be
we have
out.
a constitution?
True, girl. True.
What is that?
Oh, the Supreme Court rejected you? Damn, that's crazy. Let's declare martial law.
We'll cry
Yeah.
about it.
Listen,
they're gonna throw
really
it in El Salvador.
That's why you come to Chicago with
Don't
my
wear
woke
Chicago's
governor.
don't wear Chicago's bull hat.
I unironically hope it is Chicago. I hope I'm
it's
wrong.
Chicago.
I hope, to be clear,
I'm saving you money, bitches.
I hope that is a drive for me. Like that's a long drive, but it's a drive. That's a drive for me. Like I could go to Chicago and make it a road trip.
For similar reasons, I want it to be Orlando because that was the last.
But my understanding is that based on what I've heard, it's either Anaheim, I think, or Orlando, and so.
It's gonna be Los Angeles.
I think it's gonna be LA. My prediction was Orlando, but I think it's gonna be LA again. I think it is. I genuinely think so.
I think it will be treacherous for me to try and attend regardless. From Canada, I think it will be treacherous. So I'm like, can we do something about all of this before the next one so that I can safely cross the border? That would be great.
Yes, please.
I listen, London, I had just had a baby and I was like, no, you know what? I can't be doing that. I just had a baby. And then they were like, Japan. And I was like, respectfully,
it's Japan. It's like
I am too
16
poor.
hours away.
I am too poor.
Yeah.
I would love to be there. We've all got some besties over there right now. I have not been able to watch any of the streams directly.
They're all blocked, by the way. Every single mutual in Japan is blocked.
Yeah.
It's the meme. I don't care that something good happened to you.
It should have happened to me.
Congratulations!
Oh my god, I got to meet Cassian. Oh my god, I got to meet Cassian Andor. Damn. Oh my god. I hope
you too.
Yeah.
Listen. Nick and Ash ran into Dave Filoni at a Pokemon store.
Love it.
Which
Which is
is
very on point.
Oh my God.
Which is very on point. That man literally could walk in and say, "I want it."
I'm like, you know what? I love this for you, and also I can't be watching any of this because I cannot handle this emotionally. So I do in fact need my news secondhand and hearsay.
I think that's valid though. I think it's perfectly valid. I think it's perfectly valid to be like, damn, dude, I love Star Wars so much that when I see everybody, it's like when I see everybody else having the literal time of their life, it's like it's the meme where it's like they put the I'm fine face and then you're crying behind it like
it's Tyrese meme.
I'm gonna say it, Jared. I'm gonna say it, Josh. You should have been there invited by Disney. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay,
well, invited by Disney.
Look,
did you check your email? Goddamn.
All right.
Okay, look. In my okay, you know what? Since we're all here, let me set the record straight. Okay, let me explain what happened. This Captain Morgan's really fucking good, by the way. No, I am indeed. Yeah. Luke told me I could, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Wait, hold on. I'll join you in a second.
Oh no.
I had an interesting summer and an interesting spring, and so I got really stressed and really like distracted by a lot of things. I did see the email that invited me to the thing of what was it, Acolyte last year.
Yeah.
But they invited me to the Acolyte. I saw it for whatever reason, and I was not intoxicated. I was not high. I literally, it was like a lapse for me.
Sometimes the brain does not do the thing, and
for whatever reason, I thought it was spam. It happened. I thought it was spam, so I ignored it. I was like, because I get spam, and some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. You get spam. You get like, yo, we love your content, and it's like some like indie off the planet. You're like, okay. For whatever reason, I thought it was spam, and I ignored it.
Level
2 weeks later, I was like, oh, I think this was legit. Okay, cool. And that's when I saw that the interview, like the email I got was directly from a person working for Lucasfilm. So it wasn't just like a third party indie, like whatever. It was like, I'm the marketing director of I'm like, oh man. So my coping mechanism was
alcohol.
The JJ knows me, so no, I'm joking. No. My coping mechanism was to tell all of you. That was my coping mechanism. I was like, I need you guys to laugh at me because that was the stupidest fucking thing I have ever done in my entire life.
Very dumb, extremely.
And when you see the Star Wars account Joan on me for it, that's like a legitimate Joan because I'm pretty sure they sent me like 3 fucking invites, and they weren't obviously not on some parasocial shit, but like they were annoyed. Like dude, we used you for one of the fucking lists. What the fuck are you doing? Like,
so what am I
hearing is that Josh went.
I can let one get canceled. See, Josh, it's on you, Josh.
Hey guys, don't make me guys, look, the rum is right next to me. Don't make me go on a bender. Like I'm just saying.
Hey, what kind of rum? What kind of rum though?
Right with you. It's Captain Morgan, but it's the private stock. So it's like it's the more expensive.
He's feeling it right now.
It's the one you can drink.
Okay.
It's the one you can drink straight. Like you don't need a chick. It's scary when you can drink rum straight. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, okay, like all right, yeah.
I don't know what you're saying about me.
Huh?
Oh my God, Chuck.
Huh?
Mixing and chasers are for people that read their emails. So go.
What's that about? What's that about, JJ? Yeah, what's that about?
Holy
yeah, maybe a Space of Ice and Fire is dead in the water now. You know, like what else can we go? Yeah.
You know what? I have come to terms with it.
Oh no! You know what I'm gonna do when we sorry to hijack. I'm just gonna say this one banger, and then I'm gonna stop. What's gonna happen is we're gonna do a Space of Ice and Fire for season 3, and I'm just gonna dry snitch on the entirety of the rest of the dance. I'm gonna be like, good morning, guys. Welcome to the Space of Ice and Fire. Welcome to my co-host JJ. Also, and JJ's gonna be like, oh my god, no, what, gosh, why the? And then I'm just gonna leave and let her handle it. I'm like, yeah, you handle it. Yeah, you handle it. And then she'll cuss me out because I'm ready for it. Anyway.
It's the vibe.
See, when I get tipsy, I talk a lot. So I'm sorry. You guys go ahead.
Don't be sorry.
He's chatty.
Yeah, no,
I'm overcompensating for having technical difficulties for the first fucking hour. So,
hey, you're chatty. I cry. It's a thing. It's a thing.
It happens, right? It happens, guys. Yeah. We've all had our moments. Who among us haven't anyway?
Oh, by the way, you almost got into hot water with Andor, Josh. Almost. You were getting close into hot water with Andor.
Story time?
You brought up Jin and Cassian. And I was like, oh, he's doing the shit again.
No. Okay. Okay.
I had to do an apology video for doing that.
To defend myself again, because I am entitled to that defense. In my defense, JJ, I vividly remember I think it was Brooke too, and I'm glad Brooke is here because I think it was Brooke, JJ, and a few other ones that it was Brooke.
You need that bus?
Take a shot. You almost did it again.
It was Brooke. It was JJ, and it was a bunch of people that blocked me over the take I had. And they, to this day, still have me blocked. No. What happened was, and the argument that I was making, and look here, full disclosure, 2022 Josh was the guy that thought anything I said was okay, nobody will get mad at this. Okay. And when you just say shit and you don't think about it, it happens, right? Look, even if you disagree with me, you guys can concede it happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's limits. Okay, JJ. All right. Yes. And so the argument that I was making poorly, apparently, was that Cassian and Jin's relationship, the shipping that is very robust on Twitter. As I have found out considerably.
The hard way.
The shipping is very robust. And so the argument that I was making before I give you the actual tweet that I made was that Cassian, when he looked at Jin, when he interacts with Jin, it's like a what's the what's the movie that what's her name won? She won the Oscar for it, but she didn't really deserve it. She won it over Angela Bassett.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
What movie was she in that she won the Oscar for?
Great film.
Everything all at once.
Yeah.
Okay. It's that moment where it's like, in another life, maybe this would have worked out. So when I said that Cassian was like looking at Jen, I was like, okay, like I didn't see a romantic. I'm sorry, guys. When I was like, I didn't see. I didn't personally at the time see a romantic relationship between the two of them, and I got like my nuts chopped off because of it. What hit me in the chest with JJ, she fucking Walls of Jericho'd me. I was like, all right, like I was like, I didn't see a romantic thing. She was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've ever disagreed with you on this, but I'm gonna viscerally disagree with you. I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. I'm okay. I'm not crying. It's okay.
Okay, so Kate and Josh are watching fucking on screen, and they're like friends.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
And I was
why am I so turned on by this friendship?
And JJ gave her point. Look, JJ gave her points, and I was like, okay, that's fine. That's okay. And you know, when somebody you respect tells you you fucked up, it's a moment where you kind of like have to like recenter yourself and go, damn. Okay, all right. Maybe I should maybe I should look at this from a different perspective. And look, JJ, I credit you to a very large extent. I credit you because I was in that mode in 2022. I was fucking insufferable. There's a reason why I have, for whatever reason, 38,000 tweets. Like I'm trying to like.
You're exploiting it.
I would tell. Can I curse on this stream?
See, JJ has a way of kicking your ass in a respectful way, and you're like, damn.
You know what?
Can I curse on this? Can I curse on this stream? Because everybody's scared to curse.
It's already.
Okay.
Josh, you already like broke
I used to tell niggas that like I can't. I was like. They'd be like, "Yo, I don't like human rights," and I'd be like, "Who the fuck? I will send a fuck." No. and so there was a moment where I was so confident, and like I used to have like 1,500 followers on Twitter. It was nothing, and then I'd post like a banger, and I'd get like the inflated head thing, where it's like, okay, like now I'm gonna say something else. Now I'm gonna say something else. Now I'm going to say this. Now I'm going to say, like, I'm going to solve, like, world peace. And then, like, I would say something, not think about it, and be like, okay, that's not going to be a problem. And then I would check back later that day, and it's a problem. Like, it's like, okay, my bad. And what hit me in the chest and what kind of made me tone everything back was JJ came in. And JJ, you know, me and JJ, for those of you who don't know, like from our House of the Dragon experience, 99.9% of the time, me and JJ are like on the exact same wavelength. Like she will DM me during like spaces, and she'll be like, "What the fuck is this motherfucker talking about?" And I'm like, "I agree. I agree. I'm just nicer than you. You will tell him to shut the fuck up. I won't say it." And so I just go, "Yeah, good job, JJ." But like when she was like, "Yeah, so hey Josh, what's up?" And then like uppercuts me. I'm like, okay, like all right, like maybe I should reevaluate my life. I don't know. And so it was a moment where I was kind of like, okay, like on one hand, maybe I didn't explain it well enough because, you know, when you text something, it's different than when you want to get your full verbal argument out. And then the other hand was like, maybe I was just wrong. Like maybe I was obviously wrong. And I think it was kind of both of that. And so I kind of like was like, okay. And so when it came out that what's his name? Diego Luna, my bad. Diego Luna came out and was like, yeah, like you're gonna look at the Jyn Erso Cassian Andor relationship differently. Everybody lost their shit over it, and I was like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be quiet now because I'm gonna not say a word. I won't even say a word now about that because it's like, you know what?
Lesson learned.
Let's just see how it's okay. It's okay. Brooke kind of checked me too. And I see the look on her face because she was waiting for me to bring it up. I know there was a moment where I was talking about, I think, Iden Versio, and again, I meant one thing, but I understand now that like
what did
when
you say about Iden Versio?
Okay, look, the argument. Okay, so I was going through. Yeah, I know she remembers it because it was her finest moment. No, so my argument was the overall argument was, and I'm painting myself in a very positive light here. Brooke, feel free to check me out.
Correct.
My argument was when you serve the Imperial, like the Galactic Empire. You're a God damn it. You're a fascist. So the way I explained it was, Iden Versio, like she had like her redemption arc and everything like that, and it was cool and like whatever. But like also like the shit she did, she never got like punished for it or something like that. Brooke came in with like a fucking haymaker, and I was like, all right, like Brooke, what did you say, Brooke? Do you remember?
Oh God. No, it was something about like her being a female character and that being important for XYZ. I don't remember, but it was something along the lines where I was like, hold on, I'm gonna defend my girl Iden real quick.
Yeah. And she was absolutely right to do so because like the moment I read it, I was like, yeah, I was generalizing this way too hard because I actually do like Iden Versio and she's cool as shit. But like the argument that I was overall making was trying to dunk on like the right wingers that were like, yo, dude, like Imperial, like the Empire made good points, and I'm like, okay, like here. I was trying to give my alternate whatever, and so when I said it, I was like, okay, like yeah, that's pretty straightforward, and then like. It was like it wasn't just Brooke, it was like everybody else too. And so they were like, yeah, like not Iden though. Like she kind of like, like she had her own journey and the whole point of Star Wars is redemption anyway. And maybe you should kind of like give them that grace. And also it's not lost on me that like you didn't have this energy for other characters. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So like, it's not JJ. You're not special. It's not just you. I fuck up with everyone. Yeah, no.
Also, Josh, I'm gonna need you to read Alphabet Squadron. I think you're gonna love that book.
I did.
Talks about that a lot.
So after, unironically, after Brooke said that, I was like, maybe I should start like reading up on some Star Wars shit. Like maybe I'm missing some shit. I read Alphabet Squadron, the first book, and then I read it again, and I was like, okay, like. I was like, okay, I understand what people are saying now. Because like the whole point of Star Wars, and like now that's kind of like my thing. Like when you deal with
Mask of Fear, if you've read
I am hijacking the shit out of this stream, by the way. I'm so sorry.
I was legitimately
but like now that's my thing. The overall message of Star Wars, when you take everything every single point away. The overarching thing of Star Wars theme of Star Wars is redemption to an extent. Like, and it's not just, and it's redemption in every form. It's not that Vader gets redeemed in the eyes of everyone. It's that Vader understands that it's never too late to stop doing the fucked up thing. And that's what I've always like thinking back on it.
And if you finish the series, it shows you even that the people who even make a better decision still live with like these consequences.
Exactly.
You know, like the movies kill the character so that they don't have to worry about it. But like in that book series, by the way, like I feel like the second book is a slog, but the third book is one of, if not my favorite.
In that trilogy of books.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first book is the first book changed my entire view. I was like, oh wow, like holy shit, like it's.
I mean, you get to see Hera flying a Star Destroyer. That's badass.
Yeah. I will
Also,
say
completely unrelated. I've said it to you before, JJ, but I would love to hear your commentary on Apothecary Diaries. It's an anime. I know I've said this to you like a year ago, but it's actually up for anime of the year. That's how good it was. I thought I was the only person who watched it.
So I'm only 3 episodes in season 1. I picked it up literally 3 days ago to start watching because everybody's talking about it. I don't know why I did that. So, but I'll keep you posted. Like I'm very thrown off a little bit by the premise, but I'll keep.
So speaking of
but like JJ, Brooke, like I thank you, like the 2 women in my life. I thank both of you legitimately, like not even trying to be funny. Like I'm not trying to be funny about it. Like I legitimately thank both of you and other women too. Like I have been checked before on Twitter. Like it happens, and it's like it's a moment where it, like as a man, like the initial response innately because you get like corrected or disagreed with, the initial innate response, and I think this is true with everybody. The initial innate response is like, okay, how am I wrong? But then but if you're able to stop what you're doing, listen to what they're saying, try and maybe what's the right word for empathize? What is understanding where someone's coming from without having experienced it? Is that empathizing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, empathizing or living.
Sympathizing is like understanding what they're going through,
putting yourself in their shoes.
Sympathizing.
Way of saying it.
One thing, and this is like to all the non-men in this chat, like to non-women people in this chat, like you have to realize the differences between the female gaze of filmmaking and a male gaze of filmmaking.
Yeah,
and how things are framed. And why are they framed this way? Who is this for? Who is the audience?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those conversations get missed in the translation with how we discuss Star Wars. Because sometimes I'm going to see some takes from my male mutuals and my male friends that utterly take the breath from me. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. And if we are cool, we're going to talk about it privately. Like, this is a problematic thing you said. But a lot of times, because I think there's a difference in that narrative device that we are not like paying attention to enough. And the problem also is you assume because it's a male director, a female director, that it's a male gaze versus female gaze. A male director can make a female gaze film. Tony Gilroy did that with Jin and Cassian. That is filmed very much through a female gaze, that whole interaction, which is why a lot of women had a pushback towards you.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about. And
like this was like what 3 years ago. So like I looked back at that and I was like, okay, like like maybe I legitimately need like the responsibility that we have as content creators, as people who like, and not to inflate all of our egos, but like our responsibility as people who are in the Star Wars field. Somebody who logs onto Twitter and only ever watches Star Wars stuff, they're going to see our takes on stuff. Yeah. And so like when you hear us say these things, when you hear us talk about these things,
right,
it's going to impact somebody in some way. Like it's either going to influence them in one way or it's going to influence them in another way. And so when JJ and then later Brooke came out and said what they said, and I respect them for what they said, and I appreciate them for what they said, it made me kind of look back at that and go like, okay, like I understand why I said what I said, but now I have a newfound appreciation for the arguments that they're making, to the point that I was like, I need to like rephrase. Like I was like, I think I need to rephrase. Like I can't go out there and be like, why the fuck are you upset? I don't understand why you're mad at this. Like, it's like no, I understand now. Like I get it to an extent, to the extent that a guy can get it. You know, like,
do you remember all the guys who were thinking that moment between Ciro and Dedra was like,
yeah.
Let's talk about it. And I was like,
Thank you.
And I was so proud of myself because I got the ick. Like,
okay, let me
I
ask.
was like,
Okay, this is a good
ugh.
question. For all the men in the chat, what do you think of that whole thing?
I see it as her.
They're not going to comment, JJ.
I'm curious. Keep it simple though. I'm very curious.
I want to know what Caleb thinks for sure.
Yeah, Caleb.
Caleb, please.
Haven't said
talk.
anything.
DJ's been voluntold.
He hasn't been able to. Let's give him a chance to talk.
What a
Sarah's
Star Wars theory
absolutely
thing.
a stalker.
No, let me.
Like,
Stalker vibe you get?
yeah, stalker vibe. Like he followed her. He followed her to her job. Let's not forget.
I think.
Interesting.
I just think that.
I don't know if I'm in
Twitter. Like
no. I'm just scoping out the vibes. Like everybody sees. I'm very curious. I'm just literally genuine
for
curiosity.
sure. This is a learning experience. This is a learning experience for everybody. Like it's like no, like we need to, like it. I look at it not to shift this over to, but Harith, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
How much Captain Morgan did you have?
Yeah. I have Captain Morgan, if that's what your question is. I have it in my hand. It is a rum in existence.
How much is left?
No, but like it's kind of why, and I think we're all kind of like on the same wavelength with this. But like, it's why like when it comes to politics and stuff like that, I don't even I think everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
And I also don't care if they're not. But I think when it comes to like when you hear people out that are on the other side of the fence and you talk to them and you say, okay, here's my perspective on this. Here's why I don't think you should be on this perspective anymore. Like, I'm not arguing like, oh, like hear them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not arguing like, hear what they have to say about like illegal immigrants and shit. Like, it's like no, I don't want you to hear. I don't want you to hear people out on their takes on illegal immigrants. It's like no, I want you to tell them. I want like the people that we support to tell them why it's fucked up to treat people the way that they do. Like I want to have a dialogue, not in the sense of like, oh, I hear them out. I want us to talk to them. And I'm just rambling. I don't know.
Yeah, no. So
I don't know. We're in the middle of a constitutional crisis, and I'm crashing out.
So here's the thing. Like, I want Brooke or Emma or Sawyer.
I'm sorry, Harry. What else did you want to talk about today?
I want your guys' opinion on Andor as the second on the like in the second season.
Hello?
Like, what is something that you are looking for?
Hello?
I'm really looking forward to seeing how we get from where we left Cassian at the end of season 1 and where we find him at the beginning of Rogue One, because I'm always so interested in those kinds of stories, because the development, obviously it's like it feels like it's two different people, and it's very much like, obviously Star Wars does a lot of following like, you know, Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, where it's, you know, like the call to adventure, and then a necessity part of that process is like refusing the call to adventure. And I think we see a lot of that in Cassian in season 1. He's very much trying to keep a low profile because of, you know, like how he grew up and, you know, all of his lived experiences and what things are like on Ferrix and, you know, all of those circumstances. But then we see him as, you know, because for a lot of the film, Rogue One, we are seeing things from Jin's perspective. And so the way that we see him is different than we see him in Andor, because it's from Jin's perspective.
Yeah,
and so she sees him very similarly to the way she sees Saw to start off. And she doesn't really connect with like the gruffness and the hardened of what they've been through participating in the rebellion while she has been, you know, trying to grow up, because she was a child, right? And so I'm really interested to see how we go from refusing the call to adventure to, you know, where we see him in the film. And like I talk about this all the time. When I saw Rogue One, I was like, oh, you know, like I love Star Wars and like I'm always, you know, happy to see new Star Wars, but like I don't know, like do I really want to go see like a movie where like everyone dies? Like do I really want to see that? Like I don't know how I feel. My husband and I had just started dating. We were on this double date. We're in the theater. I'm like, oh my God. And then we watch it come out, and I like literally have cried off all my makeup. I'm like, emotionally distraught. And so when I think about that experience, about like how I was like going into it, I was like, I knew that pretty much everybody wouldn't survive. And I still like was compromised anyway. I am really dreading this season because I feel the same way. Because most of these people that we know and love are not in the movie. And that's where the season is going to end, is like it's going to be a run-in. The way that Tony Gilroy explained it initially, I don't know how it ended up panning out for them in the end through production, was like the end of Rogue One running into A New Hope. It's going to be the end of Andor running into Rogue One, which I love. That was one of my favorite parts of Rogue One. Just like the way that it like spliced perfectly together. That was incredible. And I'm excited to see a little bit of freaking romance again.
Please.
In Star Wars. Please. For the love of God.
For sure.
A crumb of romance. And I think I really appreciated, you know, bringing up the Deidre and Cyril Karn thing
dynamic,
because that is romance.
Technically,
There's
a stalker vibe to it.
It's just very one-sided romance.
They have such a weird. They have
it's very much. I think it's
such an ugly dynamic.
I think it's a great example of a man like projecting onto a woman, and so you have like Cyril has this idea about what the Empire is, and so he has projected those ideals onto Deidre Miro, and she's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm your biggest fan." And what he means is,
I like how you fascist.
Yes.
I like how you're just as obsessive as me.
Yes.
I follow you on Instagram, and
he thinks he's
your
finally
stories.
found like a kindred spirit who feels as intensely about the Empire's ideals as he does. And I have really been enjoying reading Mask of Fear.
Yeah,
because I think there was a lot of like we had a lot of discourse about Mon Mothma in season 1, and I respect all of the takes about that, because I think that it is
I told you, JJ is like the other side of like the fuck you, actually. Like
no. I'm very about her being very like milquetoast, like not doing enough and kind of thing. And so getting to see her perspective in this book, I think is going to contextualize my rewatch of season 1 that I'm going to be doing over the next 2 days, and then into season 2. So I am really looking forward to that. And I am sure the besties in the chat can agree, looking forward to more Saw. And I really am. Forrest Whitaker is such a treat. And the fact that we get to have him in Star Wars is like, I'm sorry, literally unhinged. He is an Academy nominated actor.
He won an Oscar for Last King of Scotland.
Oh, he did. Okay, I couldn't remember, because I remember that happened when I was a kid, so I couldn't really remember whether he won or not. But like, what an absolute treat and feast for the eyes and ears on screen. And so I am really really looking forward to that. Anyway, that was a long diatribe, but
to build off of what you said, Emma, about like having really prestigious actors and stuff. Like I said this earlier today about like Ben Mendelsohn, but I think I also could apply it. I could also apply it to Forrest Whitaker
Immediately
as well.
raw.
I was like, I said it's a really special feeling that really decorated actors who at that time never really dabbled in Star Wars.
Yeah,
they continue to they bring their talent, they bring their like aura, for the lack of a better term, into Star Wars. And they're like legitimately invested in it. Like it was so beautiful. I knew Ben Mendelsohn from the what was that show he was in? Bloodline, I think it was called. Yeah. He was in Bloodline for a couple of years. Right, yeah. He played like the prodigal son in like a Bloodline. It was a really, it's a Netflix original. And he was really good in that. And I knew about him from that. And so when they said he was going to be playing Director Krennic, I was like, "Oh, what are they planning? What do they plan on doing with him?" And they were like,
"Do you have any final thoughts?" I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tia.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Cardi,
I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta go because my kids are like, "Mother, feed me." Okay.
My kids want shit like food. Like,
my children.
I gotta go.
Food? Never.
Food?
That's I can't be a nerd in peace. I gotta go feed people. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I didn't sign up for this shit.
Just real quick, just to get out again. I'm super excited. I'm waiting. I'm really waiting today for Visions 3. That's like my main thing for last day. I can't wait. And yes, Andor, and I'm just glad that Hayden is back. I just hope that him and Ahsoka, Anakin and Ahsoka are finally gonna get that personal moment together because they need that fucking conversation. I need him to tell her I'm sorry because he needs to. Yes,
he does.
Yes,
he does.
For season 2, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for season 2.
Acknowledge it. Don't just go. Is that what this is about?
Yes. Yeah. Like acknowledge shit. You know what I'm saying? Like and I need to see them crying and dramatic and stuff. I need
an Emmy worthy performance.
Hayden can do that daily. Yeah, Hayden can do that. Hayden is good with the emo shit.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Bring it out. But anyway, guys, I love y'all. Hopefully, we can get to do this again. I miss your faces. It's been a while, and if that, then we're seeing each other either New York Comic Con or next celebration for sure, or next Diet Con, Chaco. Hello, next year.
Tia, the next when we finally meet, it's going to be loud as shit. Like, I hope you know that. Like, I hope you know that. I hope.
No. I need everybody else to be prepared for that because when I start drinking,
Cody, you know. You already know.
No. You and me are talkers. Like we're yappers. Yeah.
I'm gonna be yapping and we'll be singing our ass off in karaoke. So
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for coming on.
All right, guys. Love you guys. I'll see you
Take care.
Very nice to meet you. I know we didn't get to speak.
I know. Yeah, it's been forever, but it's good seeing you.
You too, Caleb. All right, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Sawyer. I also feel like we haven't heard from Sawyer in a while.
Yeah.
Sawyer and Brooke and Caleb. I want to hear from you guys.
Is she still here? I'm so sorry. I didn't see her. I'm sorry.
Oh, can't hear you.
Your mic's not working.
Congratulations on your very awesome life. What do you call it? What's the word?
Adventure.
Adventure.
Milestone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, milestone. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Which milestone are we talking about?
The one where you're like 35,000 feet in the air and
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I see your tweet, girl.
Dude, all I think about is airplanes anymore. I don't have anything eloquent to say. I'm so excited for Andor, but literally it's airplanes.
Hey, you should go follow Airplanes.
Let's
go,
Max. Very happy for you.
You better not miss a celebration. I mean, come on.
I mean, everybody's gonna. You're all gonna book a flight with me, and we're all gonna go to Celebration together.
There we go.
Sawyer, the only way I do this if you give me a ton of sleeping drugs, because I'm terrified of flying. So when I heard that you were doing this, I thought I was gonna like have an actual stroke when I saw you actually doing this. I'm like, she's doing this to get paid for a job as a passion, and I want to kill myself every time I have to buy a plane ticket. I live in a different planet, so if I fly with you, you better spike the shit out of my screwdriver.
Oh
I got you.
And Sawyer,
it was never before, but I think I just developed claustrophobia, like as like a new unlock last year.
No,
and
same.
It's I don't know what happened. There was like a couple times where I'd be in a car and all of a sudden I'm like, I feel like I'm in a coffin and I feel like I need to get
the fuck out of here.
I feel like right now. Yeah. Anyways, I'm working on it. I'm
sorry.
I had my first turbulence like a year ago, and it was just turbulent. It was like, oh, we're gonna go through some like minor wind patterns or whatever. And when that plane started shaking, I was like, "Our Father who art in heaven." I was like, I haven't prayed to you in 8 years, but brother, oh my God.
It's been 8 years since my last confessional.
Do you know what my husband said that made it easier? Like, when you're in a car, right, and you're sleeping and somebody else is driving, when you feel the in the car, when you're shaking a little bit, same concept.
Okay. All right.
It made me feel a little better. My mind kind of took that in there and kind of tried to conceptualize like that same concept in air. But still, Sawyer, spike the shit out of that screwdriver. Do not listen to what I'm saying.
Sure. Like you really start to look at it and you understand why captains, even when they're like in dire straits, they have to be calm, because it's like if a captain ever turned on his intercom and said, "Y'all, we're cooked," it's like, dude, don't do that to me.
But there's literally a protocol for there's a protocol for extreme turbulence where it requires the flight attendants to get on the floor and hold on to something.
Shut the fuck up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good, actually. Yeah.
I know. I see that.
Okay, I just want to see the page in the manual that's like, listen, if you got here, listen, face down, that's great.
It's okay.
That's all I got for you.
It's okay. I'll just drive to LA. It's okay.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any other Highlander fans here, but Highlander 2 has the best like in-flight like. Here's how a flight happens, and then everything goes wrong. Plane crashes, everything.
No,
I love you, DJ. Highlander mention of the stream.
You're talking about the Highlander, like the one with what's his name?
With Sean Connery and Chris and
There can be only one.
Thank you. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So 2 has flying shit that's scary.
Yeah, because Sean Connery has to fly from Scotland to New York, and his character has never been on a plane before.
What happened?
Because he in Highlander 2, so he comes back to life.
Hello.
Because he died in the first film, and he's like, I've never been on a plane before. Watches an in-flight movie that's like, here's what happens and like the normal like in-flight procedures, but also like in a disaster, you got the mask, and then it shows like the worst like little seat like model plane just hitting a mountain, blowing up.
Hard pass.
Jesus, we were trying to help people get on planes. Now you're just fucking terrifying everyone.
It's okay. That was.
I'm well equipped for this scenario. Don't worry.
Like, I got you. Shut up. We got this.
I'm gonna get everyone off the plane safely.
Bro, I was watching this episode of Mayday where they talk about the worst aviation disaster ever.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Brooke, I know you got thoughts on Mando and Grogu, and our funky little guy. Did anyone? I want to hear from Brooke first, but obviously, has everyone seen the leak trailer?
No, I ain't watching shit until I see it with my eyeballs.
No, I haven't seen it either. I haven't seen it. Only screenshots.
I would never do that.
No, why would we do that? But
it was
from
really
what
cool.
From what I've heard, it's pretty cool. Brooke, talk about Pedro. Or talk about what you're looking for. With
I mean, he looked
Mandalorian.
really cunty at Celebration.
Shorts.
And his little shorts.
Those shorts.
Yeah,
And
his fit
The
was
boots,
stuff of
the
legend.
boots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It makes me okay. So
He
like,
said, "Mr. Luke Skywalker, I'm coming for your Chanel boots crown."
honestly, I kind of have beef. I have beef with Disney right now because they're
Thank you.
taking Pedro away from doing any like more Last of Us promo stuff because he was like at the main premiere, but then he's been fucking filming stupid Avengers movie and
Oh my God, that's
what
right.
have you.
Oh my God, he is Mr. Reed Richards. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
honestly,
he's in
I said
everything.
Shameless
man of
plug
the
for
hour.
Yap Sesh, but we did a chat about the first episode of The Last of Us.
nice.
And I
Me? Without me?
Uh-oh.
We got beef.
The girls are fighting.
Ethan.
The girls
No,
are
but
fighting.
I said I hate the world that we live in like right now, like it sucks, but I also
Same.
am blessed to like live in the same timeline where like Pedro Pascal plays the Mandalorian, Reed Richards, and also my favorite fictional character of all time in Joel Miller. Like that's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't want to know how you're coping. How
I'm
do you
not.
cope? Okay, that's what I thought.
How are you dealing with all of this? And then you have John Bernthal over there in the corner.
And then I'm just chilling.
Bernthal
Listen,
together.
listen, all my Pookies are dead except for the Punisher. So I am just gonna hold on tight to Mr. Frank Castle as long as I can. Anyway, what's not what we're talking about though? Mandalorian. He looks great. I don't know. I don't have a lot like of opinions other than like I don't care if it's stupid. I love the Mandalorian Grogu. It's like the warm and fuzzy of Star Wars, but like really that I love. Like Andor's great. It is amazing storytelling, but sometimes I just want to like sit down and I want to watch my like little himbo Mandalorian and his little child just like
I am
shoot a bunch
partial.
of people.
I am
Treat yourself.
partial because my 2.5-year-old calls him Gogu. So I am partial. I am partial to that because I just feel like that's something that's special. It really hit me when I had this Funko advent calendar of Star Wars, like I want to say 3 years ago, and I saved all of them. I'm going to turn them into Christmas tree ornaments. I still just have to like screw the little eye hooks into their heads. Anyways, it occurred to me that my child would not recognize like Grogu as Baby Yoda. She picked up a Yoda figure and said, "Goku."
Oh no!
Goku. And so in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, how crazy!" Right? Because like in my head, I'm like, because before Grogu had a name, we Baby Yoda.
Baby
But
Baby
she has
Yoda.
literally no
Baby
context for
Yoda.
Yoda whatsoever, and so that was a really cool thing for me, like.
As a mom
to intellectualize, I was like, oh yeah, she has absolutely no context.
Oh, don't get me
beyond-
started on the kids that like, you know how like we do this, like when you're like
They
miming
do
a phone?
this?
They do
Yeah.
this.
Oh no!
Kill me, just kill me.
I've seen it
Looks
firsthand.
like
I wanna
no,
stand
not in
ahead
my
and
God, it's so-
not in my classroom. God damn it, not in my classroom.
Okay, boomer. Okay.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's these things you don't really think about, and like with Star Wars, like I know like people talk a lot about like and Genevieve O'Reilly was talking about this, about how like for her growing up it was Leia, and for her daughter it's Rey. And so like I was thinking about that myself, and like my daughter's still really little and has not the attention span for anything more than Winnie the Pooh, which is great, and Bluey.
Yeah.
It's all Bluey all the time in our house.
There you go.
But I think it's going to be really special for her to watch the movies for the first time. And I may simply shuffle off this mortal coil during that experience. But like with the Mandalorian, it's like that's to me what feels exciting about that, is that something to share with my child, and like something fun, like you were saying, Brooke, like something silly and fun, and it brings me joy. And Is Sigourney Weaver? I'm sorry. Oh my god. We were on live together when I found out she was going to be in that movie. Do you remember me bursting into tears finding out she was going to be in that movie? Seeing her in an X-wing flight suit. Girl,
I was caught off guard by that.
And we're getting the Razor Crest back. I don't care if it's stupid and doesn't make sense. Now
it's a new one.
I love
It's a new one.
I don't care if the story. I don't care. I love the Razor Crest, and now I don't have to the fanfic writers don't have to come up with the Razor Crest. Listen, with the Razor Crest, there was always room for YN. There was always room on the ship for YN. When you put him in that little fucking starfighter, there's no room for YN except in his lap. And
it's
that's
home.
You can only write so many fics about that. Okay.
Also,
I'm sorry.
because-
Wait. What is YN in this context? I'm
your name.
Your
It's self-insert.
Gotcha.
A reader insert fanfic.
Come on, Brandon, figure it out.
Also,
no, I say that because for people like me and Josh, YN is something very different.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
That's what I was doing. It's like there's no YNs. I'm like,
I did want to circle back to Star Wars and the new generation, because one of the things I'm excited about is Young Jedi Adventure Season 3.
Yeah,
because I've enjoyed this show. I just talked about it today on my show with Seth, and we were like, he's like, this show is not for us, but also it's such a good show.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's the best folding clothes show.
I literally get. You know what? There are times where I watch that show and I'm like, holy shit, it's nubs.
Season 2 is so good
when I do that, but hey, it's still nubs at the end of the day.
And season 2 though in general is so good, and it shows like continuity is really good in that show. I did not expect that from a Y7 TV show, but also we didn't get that as Star Wars fans growing up. We didn't get content that was for that age growing up.
No.
The closest thing we had was the Lego Star Wars video game, and that was it, really. If you wanted something Star Wars that was age
middle
appropriate,
grade EU novels.
Yeah,
and that was it.
I'm picturing a little 6-year-old seeing something being like, "That's not canon."
and even then, even then, the Lego Star Wars game, if you go back and play that game, they were pretty violent.
They were, especially once you did the Revenge of the Sith stuff.
When Order 66 went down and Shakti got splintered, I was like, bro, what the fuck? I remember even as a kid, I was like, whoa, dude, what the fuck, bro? You don't need to wow.
Yeah, and so we didn't get that growing up, and so now we have Young Jedi Adventures. We've got it's no longer, they don't make them anymore, but they have the Galaxy of Adventures shorts on YouTube that are really good at contextualizing the films for that age, and it's really awesome seeing that. And that's one of the things I'm excited about.
And now they have a Star Wars YouTube channel that's just airs the cartoons back to back forever,
which is awesome.
And just tune in and you're watching Clone Wars or you're watching Rebels or whatever.
And also I don't know if you guys have heard, but I think Star Wars Kids, it's another YouTube channel.
That's where
they recently uploaded Star Wars Rebels the pilot episode. So if you guys want to watch it for free, you can go on YouTube and see it. So
it's an interesting way. It makes it more accessible.
That channel is live streaming just Star Wars right now.
Yeah. That's the other thing I'm excited for. What Tate brought up.
That's interesting.
Because the first one,
and we get more Darth Jar Jar.
It's the first one is so good. It exemplifies the creative nature of Star Wars, and also allows.
I didn't realize that there was a Salacious P. Crumb behind you.
It's something that I think every
jump scare.
No shit. I looked over and I'm like, holy fuck! I have that.
Pretty sturdy on there too. I was worried he was gonna fall, but I just put the little cord that is under. Wait, his mouth. Where's the?
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
It's a puppet. It's a puppet. Hold on.
It's a puppet. Is it a Muppet or is it a puppet? Let's have this discussion. We're missing something.
Oh my god.
Kill it with fire.
Oh my god, it moves?
Yeah.
This was like $75. I have no regret.
For what? I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
75. That's a deal.
At Galaxy's Edge. I was like, when we went the first time, I was like, this is all I want.
Didn't you and Alanis get it at the same time?
No, I had gotten mine when I went before.
Oh
but
yeah,
she
that's
got
right. Because
hers.
you had convinced her to get one, and she
Yeah, I
sent
was
me
like,
she
they're
sent
so
me a Snapchat
stupid.
of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's one thing that we need. Another Salacious, really?
Yeah.
Money well spent, Luke.
Yeah.
Ours is over here in the right hand corner of it, but
I don't have a Kowakian lizard monkey. I got books and that's it. Books and pop.
Books, movies, video games.
That's it. Yeah.
An egg.
Yeah, we're working on the new. I just moved, so I've got a nice little.
I was thinking your background looked a little bit different.
Yes, I've got a bigger office, so now I have more space for things.
Also, Brooke, I never got the opportunity to say this, but like your what's it called? The 22 celebration suit that you wore. What's it called? Vigilante. Your Vigilante Mandalorian cosplay was like the best thing I've ever fucking seen. I don't think I ever complimented you on that, but I was like, damn, that's a really fucking good. I honestly think it's because I didn't like connect it with you and the suit, because I think the only time I ever saw it in person, you were wearing the helmet, so I was like, oh, I wonder who's under that. And I was like, fuck. But you were great. No, that was great.
That's what happens when the brain worms of something else overtake my mind, and I'm like, how can I make this related to Star Wars?
Yeah.
But I'm really excited because I don't know if I'm gonna bring the helmet, but I'm gonna, and James Gunn retweeted it, which was really cool.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So he saw it, but because we're getting the Peacemaker season 2 this year, Vigilante might make a return at New York Comic-Con.
Can we get just speak it into happening that you get invited to the premiere for season 2?
That'd be so sick. I gotta really
manifesting.
boost my my Peacemaker content, I guess.
Okay, I do have to leave. But I don't want to be a buzzkill.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. I have a roommate while I'm at training, and she keeps coming in here and seeing me and leaving, and I feel really bad. I told her she could come in here, but I feel like, you know what I mean. So
no, I feel that. Where can the good people follow you?
Say hi to her for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
That too.
Sawyer, plug your content.
Yeah, my content's at Sawyerism, all the places, mostly Twitter these days, because I don't have time for anything else except for Airplane. But 2 more weeks and I'm out.
Woo! There you go. You got it.
But
you got
this. Thank you guys for having me. Sorry I didn't talk a lot. I'm so excited for Andor. I'm excited to be excited about Star Wars again.
I feel like it's been a breath of fresh air. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. We've got 3 more days, and we've got Andor, and that's amazing. Yep. And
what's the number one project you're looking forward to, though?
Yeah.
Number one. Just pick one. I'm curious.
Like of the stuff that got announced?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard if to pick one.
I feel like the thing I'm most excited for is never going to be made. So
oh no.
Lando?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm most excited for is sequel content and the Rey movie, and I don't think there's a Rey movie.
Starfighter gives me hope. It's post 9. I think it's setting up the new Jedi Order.
I mean, I love Ryan Gosling. I'm not looking forward to it. It's new Star Wars, but you know what I want is for them to actually commit to a Rey movie.
Yeah,
Turgle the movie. Johnny
Turgle
says.
fully loaded.
Yeah, Turgle.
Yeah,
the movie.
Turgle.
Turgle fully loaded.
That's hilarious, Johnny. Holy shit.
But we'll see what happens. I'll be completely honest. A part of my soul died last summer with what happened with the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I don't, it hasn't been the same since. So, but But I'm looking forward to Andor and seeing what's in store. So, yeah.
Pleasure chatting to you as always, Blair.
Yep.
Thanks.
See you guys soon. Hopefully, when
Bye.
I have more time on my hands. Bye, guys.
See ya.
So what I'm getting at, Acolyte cancellation took a lot of wind that a lot of people
Yeah.
said. Okay.
It was really hard and really disappointing, I think, for a lot of reasons, because once again, I was like, oh my God, are we getting some romance in Star Wars?
Dark romance.
Yeah.
Well, and also because that, when I was younger, that was never really my thing, because my little autistic brain was like, no, bad guy. We are not on board with that. And then, unfortunately, Hayden Christensen exists. And so it was very much, if bad guy, why boyfriend shaped? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then you have the
Kylo Ren.
Manny Jacinto, and I am biased in this respect, but I do love to see the infiltration of Canadians into Star Wars. I do love to see it. I do love to see it. I am
Johnny's gonna
Ryan
get excited.
Gosling.
Yeah.
I am really thrilled for Shireen to be directing something because she's wonderful. And then, Manny is also from Vancouver. So it was just always like, I want to see more of that. And it's a silly little thing, but it always makes my heart happy. And I was really thrilled to hear that we are going to have Hayden back in season 2 of Ahsoka, because I think, like we were talking about before, I think there's a lot of potential there for catharsis. And I think that is going to be really important for how we understand the whole Force Ghost business. Because I think that there's a lot of what I would describe as unfinished business for Anakin in a lot of ways. And because of just the way, obviously, that Star Wars has transpired over the last almost 50 years, it's like there was not a lot of room for the nuance of that, what I mean, redemptive arc in, the OT. And then we're getting a little bit more of that now. And I know that we all were annoyed when he said, "Oh, is that what this is about?" and yes, because it was very much of we're just not gonna talk about that and actually dive into it. The line felt so intrinsically in character to me, and the delivery felt so he's like, "Oh my God, are you still on about that?"
Jesus,
it was almost like he was baiting her, like he was goading her.
Oh yeah,
and I found it really funny. I actually guffawed when it happened. I was like, because it was such a deeply serious moment, and he was deeply unserious in the serious moment, and that felt really in character. And also, it pissed me the fuck off at the same time.
We never really got him to. It's the season 5 ending moment when he can't let her go, and we never truly got him to reflect on it, because we have the unfinished episode, we have the Utapau unfinished episodes where he does have that talk with Obi-Wan, but that's in a weird vague, is it canon or is it not, speaking
of Obi-Wan,
here we go.
This is where
everybody.
Yeah, Luke's been waiting. Luke's been waiting 2 fucking hours to jump in on this.
Luke has been answering us this information for 2 hours.
So when during the strikes, we had done reactions, but we never posted them. But I popped into the last discussion, and I said,
we got to release this someday.
We are going to get Ewan back as Obi-Wan Kenobi in season 2, because if the Mortis gods are going to be involved, there's only 3 people that have dealt with that: Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka.
Yeah,
and Ewan has expressed how he wants to come back. I don't think Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 is happening. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Ewan to be back with Hayden, to be with Rosario, and have it kind of like the Pookies are back together one last time, and then we finally let go of that. Because I think it's so, because you have to look at it, and like Dave was saying in that panel, Baylon Skull is the opposite coin of Ahsoka, right? He was part of the Order. He saw what was wrong with the Order, and he didn't leave. Ahsoka did, and it like especially with Mortis, you have to consider those three characters were very, very vital to that arc. And if they are going to not hold punches, throw Ewan in there because he wants to do it. And it's the same way like how Dave was talking about meeting Hayden for the first time. He probably feels the same way about Ewan. Like he wants to work with Ewan. He wants to get the opportunity to show, like, give, like, to do these things.
Also, can we please get him in this so we can get off Kenobi season 2 for the love of God? Like,
for the love
please
of God,
put him in Ahsoka.
Please.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
You know what? I think that's a really interesting point because I know that we obviously collectively talk a lot about being stuck in a rut, especially narratively here. I know we talk about that a lot, and I think we can all be in agreement about
it's
that.
the Clone Wars rut.
Exactly. And listen, exactly. I am nothing if not a Mortis enjoyer. I am nothing if not a Mortis enjoyer. I can't remember, someone tweeted, they're like, Star Wars unpopular opinions. Oh, the Mortis arc actually sucks. And I was like,
who said that? Who?
I don't remember. It was
Drop the name.
Chase.
I know. And I just remember being like, okay, you know what? I need to take 5 minutes away at the moment because that actually does hurt my feelings because
wow, Canadian crime. This is awful.
Was that Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yes, it was Jonathan.
It's okay. It's okay. I respect everybody's
trying to bring
right
the demons out, huh?
to not like things.
Everybody has the right to be wrong sometimes.
He enjoys Rise of Skywalker. Sorry.
Yeah, like I've talked about this a lot, but the stuff that I like the most about Star Wars, obviously outside of like the real world applications of stuff, is the like mysticism of it, like the mysticism of the Force, and like my degree is in medieval studies and religion and culture, and so my interests are, it's like let's put everything that I'm interested in a pot together and just like shake it all up, and then that's how you get Mortis. And like we have a lot of, you know, homage to things like Macbeth and like self-fulfilling prophecy of, you know, Anakin seeing Padme dying in childbirth and then doing the thing that causes that.
The Greek tragedy. Yeah.
Exactly. And the dramatic irony of us knowing where things end up and none of the people in the story knowing where they end up. And Mortis covers that stuff in such an interesting way, because you have Anakin see everything that's going to happen and feel grief about it and go, no, I have to stay here, because if I don't stay here, all of this bad stuff is going to happen. And he makes that decision as the good and true Anakin Skywalker, right? And then obviously Mortis arc ensues, and then we, you know, lose memory and whatever. I'm interested for that to come back. I think that's so fascinating, because we touched on it briefly again in Rebels.
Briefly.
Yeah. Like, here, have crumbs as a treat type deal.
There you go. Here's some face wall paintings.
Yeah, like look at these beautiful wolves doing a thing and stuff.
I mean, Filoni does that on purpose. He literally says, he's like, yeah, we have all the answers for it, but we're never going to tell you.
Never going to tell you. And I respect that in some ways.
The mysticism needs to be, you know, a mystery.
Yeah, there's got to be something, right? But that part of Ahsoka to me is like so interesting. And
that part, yes.
Like there's I think there's so much potential there. And then we have like, you know, beautiful performances from, you know, Iman Esfandi as Ezra Bridger.
I legitimately think that's like the most S tier Star Wars casting
It
ever.
is.
I was like, dude.
It's right here. It's
And when they
disturbing
when they first announced that his headshot, I was like, bro, that's Ezra.
Peak.
What the fuck?
Peak.
And the
I also
energy.
want to shout out Ray. I also want to shout out Ray Stevenson too, because
Yes. Gorgeous performance.
And I loved how they talked about him on the panel, because you saw the reverence, you saw the care. Even in recasting him, you could hear how they respected him, and that's I want more recasting, but I want it like that. I want it like that.
I don't think people
I know
are
what
ready
you're trying
for-
to say, and
No.
I know where you're leading at. You're 100% spot on.
I want Luke Deadeyes to just
What makes me more mad is watching the behind the scenes of Mando and seeing that the person they have.
Oh my god, Graham Barton is so perfect as Luke. It's like, why not just use him? Just use him.
He looks just like him. Like, what the hell?
It's I really do believe in the recasting energy, because, and like at the time it was certainly an unpopular opinion, because the streets were saying that Solo was a bad movie, and
okay,
man, can we
rant about this?
Who says
Yeah, the visions panel is popping off, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay,
we're getting continuations of 3 stories from season 1.
Yes, I did see that.
I saw that.
The ninth Jedi.
Let's
The
go.
Duel.
My favorite.
And Ronan.
Or the
I
the
won.
Duel.
The Duel.
That's how I win. That's how I win.
Yep.
So I'm really excited for Ninth Jedi. The continuation of Ninth Jedi, because of what it can narratively be put into. I feel like that if they wanted to, they can make that canon. Just make it 1,000 years after Rey's Jedi Order, right? Make it 1,000 years after that. Put that story there and make it canon.
The Duel is so good though, and it gave us one of the best books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who said that? I'm sorry, I was petting the cat. Thank you. Yes. Ronan Truthers will arrive.
I was like, what's happening to me? I have this salty discharge. Like, what is I wasn't prepared.
I beg your pardon?
I wasn't prepared.
Salty Discharge is the name of my band.
Yeah.
Shut up! No!
Yes.
So I'm very
Can
excited.
I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Regarding Andor, since we're so close to the premiere.
3 days.
Who do you think is gonna live by the time we get to the finale? Okay, no. Chaco. Who do you think is going to live?
Not who you want.
He's like, don't ask me that. That's like asking me.
I will say on
we see like a romance scene between them, and she's not in Rogue One, so that makes me upset.
I know.
She's on Lothal farming at peace. You know.
By the way, that's not. By the way, that planet is not Lothal.
I know.
Yeah.
I still have not told Alanis that, but I don't think I need to
don't
hurt her feelings even more. No, she's already going to be winning. She's gonna get callous one way or another. I've just accepted this. That's the world saying, "Hey, you get married, and then you have to deal with these consequences." And
I can tell you for certainty, though, Brasso lives. Brasso is forever.
Yeah. See,
hey guys, I'm gonna say this for the record so that you guys can brace. I'm not spoiling, by the way. I haven't seen anything. I have only ever seen that motherfucker on that farm planet. I'm just gonna say.
Wait, don't you say that Brasso's going to be at the Gorman Massacre? Don't throw it out there. Gosh.
Brandon.
I have only ever seen Brasso like running away from stormtroopers on that farm planet. I'm like, dude, I think he's cooked, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That energy into the universe, Josh.
God damn it, Josh.
I think Saw Gerrera is gonna live.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm excited to get more from Saw.
He's the best character in it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
only about 40% of the way through Mask of Fear.
His chapters are insanely
so
good.
The cliff notes of that book, I thought was right.
Yeah, well,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody should have
I wish because I haven't gotten any like POV for Saw yet, and I'm hoping that I get it before the end of the book because I haven't gotten it yet. That currently is my only complaint, is that there's no POV. It's just the other guy, which is
he's
fine.
getting his book though, like in that whole trilogy. It's
Right,
Bail,
right.
Mon Mothma, and Saw.
Yeah, well, because it's they're all three of them have POV Saw is in the other POV chapters, but he's not the POV. It's all third person. Although I will tell you that I am emotionally compromised by a lot of Bale's chapters because he
Oh my god.
He's talking about Leia being a baby, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Emma.
Okay. How about
Emma? There's a moment in Mask of Fear, and this isn't like a major spoiler, but like I didn't realize that Mon Mothma and Bail Organa didn't really fuck with each other early on. We always assume that because they both liked Padme, they were. Dude, Mon Mothma could not stand that motherfucker. She's like, this motherfucker doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Child, loud. What's wrong with him?
There's a really well done scene in the book, and I think Emma's gotten to that point now.
No spoilers, right?
No spoilers. There's no spoilers, but like there's a really good moment between them, and it's like, okay, wow, like that you really realize, like, oh wow, like
yeah.
I really love the recontextualizing of Perrin and Mothma's relationship.
Yes.
True.
Oh.
Yes.
There is some heavy recontextualizing that
Perrin sucks, but not as much.
No, yeah, like Perrin.
He sucks in that like he has gotten tired.
It's
tired by the time we find him.
Yeah, it's crazy because they love each other, but it's the case of they're just going through the motions.
Interesting.
Yes, basically.
They got married because of tradition, and she has this one part where she talks about how like they go through phases of like just being besties who live together, and phases where they're like super romantic. And then phases where they don't speak to each other. And I found that really interesting because, like you said, it just like really does further contextualize their relationship, which is really helpful, I think.
It doesn't help that Mon has a certain friend that I would argue she is emotionally cheating on Perrin with.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. It's like one of those things where it's like it adds so much depth to her character that her choices in Andor that we see her making makes so much more sense.
I need to read this book immediately.
That show, it literally makes Mon Mothma, like any conversation that she has, like when Luthen tells her straight up that she has not done enough. Oh, buddy, you have no fucking idea.
I literally.
One thing it really did for me is like, because I love Luthen's speech of like, what do I sacrifice? And he's like, and he says all this stuff, and he ends with everything. But like most of that stuff, and yes, he is sacrificing it, but most of it is self-aggrandizing, right? Most of it is his own perception. And then you read this book and you watch the show, and you're like, Mon Mothma already gave up everything.
Oh, it is.
Mon Mothma only exists in her own mind because they are watching her, and every part of everything that she can devote to this cause, including all of her money, all of her family, including her daughter, everything. She even is constantly wearing a mask. Everything is for this. She has given up more than anyone possibly could, and it's incredibly like
it's so nuanced, and like I think that the critiques of her are valid because
as if with every character essentially.
Exactly. And so
how about
we
perspective?
And so like Luthen's perspective of her, because he doesn't like, they all don't know what each other are doing in their secret heart of hearts and like behind the scenes, because that's even a problem between Bail and Mon. Right? Because they have to keep everything so compartmentalized because of just like the way that the fascism of the Empire is operating.
They have the same end goal but different reasons why. And for Mon, his reason why is dumb.
In her mind, because and like it never occurred to me, because something that I thought was interesting about Bail's characterization in the book is how much the loss of the Jedi has impacted him.
Emma,
I know,
honey.
It's already.
The second book, I have theories.
It's already
going to be.
Please don't share them. I haven't read the book. Please no spoilers.
No. It's not. It's not a spoiler. Not a spoiler. Okay. Just something a perspective that I didn't consider, because obviously we see him show up at the temple. In Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
And then that Padawan is trying to get to his speeder and is defending him from the clone troopers, and then that Padawan dies. And so like that moment has always stuck out to me in Revenge of the Sith, because you see Bail like literally dive into his speeder and go away, and then we don't really revisit him again until he is composed, when he is with Yoda and Obi-Wan on the Tantive 4 on Polis Massa. And so there's a lot of missing beats there, because he's obviously disheveled and it's traumatic, and he's seen something awful, like a bunch of dead Jedi and like, all of this happening. And so this book adding layers to that was so interesting to me. And like, it
makes me mad we don't have more Jimmy Smiths.
I know. We're not gonna get any more. I don't think he's going to be in Andor, probably.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't think so either. I wish he was, but
it makes me mad when I hear
he will be
spouting the same anti-Jedi propaganda that was faked by the Empire in the book. And you're like,
Anyway,
but I was gonna relate it back to the Andor,
I gotta run. I got food.
Okay.
Everybody's going for the food. That's hilarious.
Everybody,
that might be a good stopping point, actually.
Can I just share my special Inkstone version of this?
Holy shit! That thing is sick.
That is pretty.
Here's the best part.
Oh,
girl, you better read that fucking book. Are you kidding me?
No, I've been reading a lot of depressing shit lately. I've read 3 books that have made me maybe jump off my house roof.
You need to read something happy before you read that. I'm serious. I'm so serious. It is
Game of Thrones again.
JJ,
I'm gonna read this in the next 3 days.
JJ, it's too close to what's happening right now in the world.
It's too. It's too.
So timely.
JJ, read A Storm of Swords before you watch. Read Mask of Fear.
As the kids would say, Mask of Fear is too loud.
No, I will get this in before Andor 2 for sure. I'm gonna probably
definitely do that.
Yeah, because what I'm hearing right now from you guys is making me really like.
I think you're gonna have a lot of opinions.
JJ, I need you to
text me.
JJ, I was legitimately surprised by how much I enjoyed the book. I have not, like, full disclosure, I have not enjoyed like a Star Wars book to that extent since Darth Plagueis, and like to this day, Darth Plagueis is like the greatest novel of all time to me. Like I was like, that's like the best book I've ever fucking read in my entire life. When I read Mask of Fear, I was like, bro, this is all a bunch of storylines and writing style that I've like been asking for like 8 years. Like I was like, this is insane.
I heard
Alexander
good things
Freed
about
did a
that
great job.
You need to get this book as well. This one is a great one to read. I am 3 chapters in, 4 chapters in, and it's great. But anyway,
and you need to finish Alphabet Squadron.
I do.
Yeah.
I have a lot.
It's because Alexander Freed is really good at his political intrigue. That's really that. I mean, I've been a fan of his political intrigue since the Old Republic, with him writing the Imperial Agent storyline.
And he hinted at a sequel, right? He hinted at a sequel, didn't he? Somebody asked him at Star Wars Celebration. They were like, "Are you making more?" And he was like, "We'll see."
I know the rest of the trilogy is different authors, but he might work on something else.
Yeah.
Chaco, we'll start with you. Anaheim, Orlando, and where can we find you?
I mean, Anaheim would be great, but I have been blessed with stuff near me a lot, so I'm more than happy to go to Orlando for it. Find me Dark Chaco everywhere. Dark Chaco 7 on Twitter, but it's a cesspool, so I try to avoid it. I open it up if I want to get angry. So
Emma.
Either of those destinations is going to be a trek for me. My heart says probably California, though, because of it being the 50th. Just by virtue of, I think they're going to, be having screenings and stuff, and it's going to be a whole like red carpet thing. That's my guess. And I'm hoping that means that the Maker will in fact be at Celebration.
Well, his museum is also opening that year as well.
Yes.
So
they're gonna roll out the red carpet for him.
If
he's blessed enough to be with us in 2 years, like he will be there. Yeah.
I just need it to be better than the Return of the Jedi panel. Please pull out all the big guns for the love of God, Lucasfilm.
Also, can I just point out one thing? 2017 is 10 years since specific
Last
movie.
Jedi.
Thank you,
Oh
love.
my God.
Thank you, dear.
JJ, if I don't get Force Awakens 10 years, you don't get Last Jedi. This is how this works.
It's
Hey,
10.
fuck
feels
you.
like
We
a
didn't
lot.
get a 20-year anniversary of Revenge of the
boo-hoo.
Sith. So fuck off. Don't give me that shit.
I didn't get my shit. You don't get your shit.
Yeah, well, guess what? At least I'm getting a release, a theatrical release of mine. So how
The
about
Last
you eat that?
The Last Jedi is the last real piece of Star Wars art we've gotten besides Andor. Let me savor it. 10 years in 2017.
Also, can I say like dude, I don't know if you guys I tweeted the other day, but like I rewatched I rewatched The Force Awakens. I did not enjoy it that much. It was the first time in years that I legitimately sat down from the beginning to the end and watched it, and I was about halfway through, and I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I am not having a good time.
This is not good.
And what fucked me up, JJ, was that I could watch the Phantom Menace, this campy ass Phantom Menace, and I was like, "This is." I was like, "This is such." I was like, "It's not winning any Oscars, but it's sweet. It's innocent. It's." I don't know. There was earnestness there. Like I was like, okay. I watched The Force Awakens and I was like, bro, this is like a literal carbon copy of a movie we already saw. Like
it's Walmart New Hope.
Dude, people got mad. I was like, I don't care. Like, I did not have a good time watching it. Sorry to derail, but
it's the Abrams effect.
I was kind of disappointed. And to this day, the Last Jedi is considerable. Like, The Last Jedi is doing like the Bill Clinton primary mode, where it's like he's in last place, and then the longer the primary goes, it's like he's in fifth now, he's in third, he's in second. And now he is like a 50-point over, like favorite. Like yeah, that's how I feel. It's insane.
I love it because that's how I met you. Was you're like, I hate The Last Jedi, and I was like, why? And you're like, this is why.
Chaco, this was a different version of Chaco. This was a different version of me that I don't like revisiting. Let's not.
as we've learned tonight. Emma, where can the good people follow you?
I am at Leia Hutzlayer everywhere. I am the parent of a toddler and I have 2 jobs, so I'm trying to get back on that content creation train.
Hell yeah.
But you know how that is with the ADHD brain. But you can find me everywhere there. And if anyone hears this and you're at Celebration, I made oodles of friendship bracelets, and Nick has them, and Arzu and Britt have them. So if you see them, please grab them. I think Nick took almost 100, and then the girls had 30 or 40.
You're gonna make some for 2027, right?
Yeah, I have some that I have had in a friggin' envelope for, oh my god, for Sawyer for ages, and then we had a mail strike. It was a whole thing. Anyway, she's getting those in the mail soon. But I'm very excited for Andor. I will hopefully be crying about it with all of you at some point.
Yes.
And I will let you all know when I finish up Mask of Fear. Hopefully later today.
Yes.
And guys, assuming all of you are like in, maybe not in the country, but like in the vicinity, like Canada, whatever, but like we should all, like, for the 50th anniversary, and I do think it's going to be like they're going to take a year off for the 50th.
Oh, absolutely.
If they do end up confirming that, like, it's in Anaheim or Orlando or Denver or something like that,
we'll make a trip.
I think we should do our best to all go.
Absolutely.
Start giving your money now. Yes.
We have 2 years to get it ready. I think that's an important enough moment for everybody. It's like, okay, like, if you can, let's try.
I also have the mind, again, obviously money is tight right now, and obviously right now, but like, I think for Mando and Grogu, I think we should go down somewhere, I don't know, watch it all together in May. That's the first Star Wars movie in like 6 years. Why not?
Mando Grogu, I think that would be interesting. My only thing is, we're coming off a wedding, so 2 years will 2 years will be 2027. If it's in Orlando, you can bet your ass we will be there. I mean, you can. I've already, so like, we were talking about it, and Alanis was like, but if it's in Anaheim, I made the counter argument, and I probably shouldn't have opened my mouth, but now so we're probably gonna do both. I go, we could always go to Disneyland, and she looked at me and goes, Disney? And I was like, oh fuck. Yes. So like, that could definitely be.
It's the hand on shoulder meme where they're like, brother. Like,
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you this.
No, absolutely. But JJ, my friend, where can the good people follow you? And are you thinking Anaheim, Orlando? Where are you bouncing at?
I am 99% sure it's going to be in California. I'm hoping it's Chicago, because Chicago, I think, is the most beautiful big city in America, and
I agree.
Not as expensive as New York and LA.
I could get there in a car. I could get to Chicago in a car.
And Chicago is accessible with cars and trains and all the good stuff. So I'm hoping it's Chicago. So it won't be. It will be Los Angeles. Prep for that. Save your money now, because I want to see all of your faces, and we're going to exchange hugs and bracelets and all the good stuff.
Yes.
With that said, you can find me. I can argue Vancouver. No, Canada, US only, bitch. I'm sorry.
Don't you guys know that the world revolves around us? Come
on. Maybe for the next 3 months.
Until the tariff effects start hitting us. Yeah, then we'll.
We have an ocean. We have an ocean too. What the hell?
We also have an ocean.
Eggs $35. What the fuck is this?
I have to tell you, my husband bought like foil chocolate eggs at the bulk store. It's called Bulk Barn here. It's like where you go.
What's it called? I'm sorry, say it again.
Bulk Barn. You can go and buy like candies and ingredients and spices and things like that. And so he came in with this sack of eggs that are for my child to look for tomorrow. And he said, "Oh, these must be the egg prices they're going on about. I paid $19 for these eggs."
I beg your pardon?
A sack of little chocolate eggs was
$19.
For what? For chocolate eggs?
For chocolate eggs.
I think it's probably like
this economy
a kilogram of chocolate eggs. I don't know.
What the
Anyway.
hell?
But he goes, so these must be the egg prices they're talking about because actual eggs here are not that bad.
I am forever angry that like our grandparents like they got to work like a full-time job at McDonald's and they afforded a single family household. It's like, all right, man, like,
Gosh, my first job in America was McDonald's, and I bought a car out of it. I
Oh
saved
my
for
God.
6 months, and I bought a car
what
out of
I'm
it.
saying. That's what I'm.
I was
my
15.
My dad made 15 grand less than what I make now, and he afforded a house. I was like, dude, I how the fuck? How? I don't get it, man.
My
Sorry.
childhood home was very expensive at $250,000, and then that
Oh,
house in
Gina.
value right now
Is like million.
it's about $1 million. It's like
Jesus
$950,000.
Christ, man.
My parents paid.
And you can look at like your past like ratings for your house too, like depending on where you live. I remember I looked at
This
mine.
is near Sacramento.
Yeah, the
Nobody's
one
trying to live by
the one I the one I currently live in. The one I currently live in now. When we first got it, it was 300. Then it went up. Like over the course of like 2010, 2011, 2012. Then COVID happened, and because of COVID, it tanked. So it was like $150,000 at its lowest point. It was worth $100. And then after COVID ended, it's like $450 now. I'm like, dude, what the dude? I need with a vengeance this housing bubble to pop with like I need like shit to hit the fan with this housing bubble. I'm so done with it.
And as someone who's worked in finance for like the past 6 years, just the way the whole system
Is this how I find out you're a finance bro?
I am not
former.
I have left. I've left
former.
No, I will tell you straight up. I left because I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't work with these people. I couldn't. I would see how, because I helped set up trusts for people, right? So these are the mega rich people who don't spend money.
Yeah.
I was helping.
You had too much conscience for it.
I was helping a 25-year-old plan their retirement, and they weren't going to make it through retirement, even though they had a trust that paid them $500,000 a year.
What?
That's not even their work. That's not even their work. They don't work. They don't do anything. They're being paid $500,000 a year from a separate trust, and they weren't going to make it into retirement. But obviously, they would make it because once their parent died, they would inherit that, and it would get a step-up basis, and they wouldn't have to pay any taxes on anything. And
when you make a certain amount of money, like when you hit that threshold, you low key don't have to ever work again. Like if your main goal is to stay, if your main goal is to stay where you currently are, like, and you had that kind of money, you could do that. It is insane what the 1% of this world can do. Like, it's actually insane.
It's worse because they buy stuff off of unrealized gains, so they didn't spend any money. It's the concept of money, and they buy something else, and that other thing that they bought adds to their net worth, even though they haven't added anything or done anything.
Hey, Jocko.
Sorry, we should go. I'm getting mad.
Thanks for the finance. We're going to be looking at that for diet next week. I
should have started drinking.
I
started drinking.
Once for the 1,000th time to CJ.
Oh, okay, me.
Okay, people. Yeah.
Well, one, I'm hoping Orlando because I don't mind an 8-hour drive. That's easy for me. Secondly, glad to meet you finally, Josh. You have been on my feed, and we've been in the same communities forever. So now we finally meet.
Give you the ick, bro. I'm sorry. I talk a lot. I talk a lot about literally everything. I hope I don't give you the ick. I
love it. And then Emma, we have been kind of mutuals for a while, so it's good to finally
face to face, kind of.
Yeah, and so but. Y'all can find me on Escape Reality Films on everything. Twitter, I'm not really Escape Reality 94, but I'm not on there really. But everything else is Escape Reality Films, and we do Star Wars podcasts. We do video games. For TikTok, I've been reading non-Star Wars books recently.
What are you reading?
Currently, I'm reading a D&D novel that's coming out from.
Okay.
Cool.
But
Which one?
they're doing a Ravenloft novel.
Ooh.
And so that but I've been keeping it to Star Wars adjacent authors. The next review coming out is actually a Chuck Wendig book. One of his horror films, horror books.
Wait.
No, Josh.
No. You're good. You're good.
Did I say the magic words?
No, I
me in trouble.
So go finish your spiel, bro. I don't want to take away from you. I heard Chuck Wendig, and I gave like the anime laugh, like.
I remember your spiel about Chuck Wendig. That guy was way out of pocket.
I don't. But go ahead, CJ. I'm sorry.
Just real quick, Caleb. I want you to do me a favor because I know you read a lot of books. There's a series of books. The first one is called Unsold. It's by Will White.
Okay, oh, that's a good one.
And I want to recommend that to you. And I just want more people to talk about that book series.
Yeah.
What's it called, Choco, Brandon?
Unsold, you said?
Unsold.
Unsold.
Is it
fantasy?
Is it fantasy?
Is it finance?
It's not fantasy.
Is it finance?
I'm not reading contemporary shit.
Is it the NASDAQ?
No, okay. Picture as I guess it's picture as fantasy adjacent, but more in the vein of.
Is it like nonfiction?
Ancient China.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like fiction where it's like it's not?
It's fiction. It's very fiction. It's
not
very. It's a whole thing, and there's people they have these abilities. This guy gets tested to see like, oh, are you going to be this or that, and he gets nothing, and they're like,
Divergent?
You are unsold.
No.
And then he has to look.
Okay, well, you'll have to send me your recommendation on that later. But the one I'm currently reading on a less controversial author, the D&D one I'm reading, Delilah S. Dawson's writing that one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She's writing the Ravenloft novel, and I'm enjoying it. I'm halfway through. So
Delilah writing Strahd is such an interesting concept, and
So real quick,
the way she writes Strahd.
Real quick. Ninth Jedi is getting its own limited series.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, say that again.
Ninth Jedi is getting its own limited series release.
Yeah,
we won so fucking hard. We won so much.
Yeah. We're winning. We're winning.
Oh my god, that makes up for Maul Shadow Lord by so fucking much. Sorry, I didn't get to go on that rant.
I didn't get a chance to plug my TikTok account.
Yeah, go.
But I want to point out something. I have like 2 series in mind. I have my Jon and Daenerys series. People are asking about it. I'm not posting it because here's the reason what's happening right now to my account. For about a month now, every video I make, including the last few that I made today regarding Baylon Skull and like Hound playing him and like making cunt jokes, people are spoiling Invincible comic books to me in every single video.
Oh my god!
There's a reason why I don't talk about Invincible.
I made 2 Invincible videos a month and a half ago that I was watching the show. Since then, every single TikTok video of mine has 3 people, 4 people, 5 people spoiling Invincible deaths to me.
JJ, that's why I don't touch Invincible with the 10-foot pole, even though I love it. It's my passion. I don't talk about it.
I wish I had known this. I would have never fucking talked about it. So now I have people asking me, why aren't you talking about Invincible? How did you like season 3, season 2? I love the show, by the way. It's amazing. I really recommend it. Like, the lore is like insane.
I love Kirk writing. Is just
Emma, please give season 3 is nuts. The casting is crazy. The voice actors, Sandra always in it. Holy shit!
I watched season 1. I watched season 1 during lockdown, and I was locked in. I just have not.
I can't wait for you to catch up. There's something I need everyone to catch up to talk about, but I'm not going to say it here.
But here's the thing. I just got Cosmicology on Amazon. I don't want to give money to Amazon, but I am so fucking tired of people spoiling Invincible to me in every video of mine, including Baylon Skull videos today. I just saw a couple of comments that I blocked. So now I'm going to read these comics so I can catch up. So anybody watching this live, like that follows me, if you don't see videos from me, it's because people are awful. Invincible fans, you are the worst. I just want to take the
I am
chance
also
to say
this close to picking up the omnibuses for all 3 Invincibles, like all 3 volumes. I am this fucking close too.
This dude, I'm telling you, I cannot take it anymore. I can't post a single fucking video of mine, and I love interacting with people in my comment section without Invincible being spoiled to me.
I've noticed a lot more private videos from you recently. Yeah,
because I can't. The Last of Us, for a reason. I don't want to put it out here, but I'm sorry. It's been a nightmare. I'm telling you, I cannot take another Invincible spoiler right now.
Yep,
I cannot take it.
I'm the same way.
So for JJ's mental health and for her sanity, fight as Marva would say, fight the comments. Fight the comments.
You have to fight them.
Yeah.
I fight them with my language, so TikTok doesn't like trigger me being abusive and bullying.
Jocko, you have one more thing.
Sorry.
I just want to say, I know there's weird stuff because it's like I love your guys' content, so like sometimes I want to hear you guys talk about things. Luke, I would love to hear you like watch Wheel of Time.
Yes.
Okay. I want to watch that.
Randall Thor is just better Anakin. And he's young Anakin. He looks,
and gorgeous. That actor is so
looks,
gorgeous. Oh my god, he's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. I'm crashing out. I'm so sorry. He's beautiful.
Randall Thor, do you have your? Are we friends on the Discord? Hold on. I'll send you a picture of him. Tell me this isn't just young Anakin.
Okay, and this is the weirdest thing because I had this conversation with Alanis the other day. I am a fan of the big 3. I'm a fan of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I have not read Wheel of Time.
Who's got the time?
15 books, 1,000 pages each.
Respectfully,
I should watch the show because it's done so well critically, and it just, I don't know, something about it just feels off to me, but I'll give it a shot.
Do you want to watch it like, in tandem and text each other, Luke?
I just sent you a picture on Discord.
Hell yeah.
And the show is done in a way that reading the books isn't necessary, but it adds.
It adds stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will definitely take a look.
That's the reaction I was hoping for.
Anyway, Josh,
am I wrong? Are you gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong?
He's a hotter Anakin.
Josh,
Kadi's gonna kill me.
I was gonna say, don't let her hear you say that.
Yeah, don't let her hear you say that.
Kadi, you're the love of my life. Don't kill me.
Josh, where can the good people follow you? And are you banking on Anaheim or Orlando?
Well, I feel bad because like I
don't feel bad.
No, like because I think it is either Anaheim or Orlando. Like I genuinely do. Like without saying anything else, I think it is Anaheim or Orlando. So like I don't want to make a guess and be like, okay, like I think like just shot in the dark. I think it's this. It's like no, like
it's gonna be Los Angeles.
All right.
But no, I'll do the politician thing where I say things and I like say other things.
Oh my god,
Josh, are you running for re-election? You know, there's a lot of elections in this country. That's not what I asked you.
He's got that information.
No, I enjoy. This weekend has been great. I have very, very much enjoyed. Some of the I've watched all of the segments that they've released. Obviously, there are certain things that I can't watch because I'm not there, and I think that's a topic that I'm frustrated about for a separate reason. Where it's like, you know, for the people that can't be there, and this is just my personal opinion, for the people that can't be there, whenever there's like a big moment where I understand the exclusivity, but on the other hand, it's like, dude, nobody can go to Australia this year. You know, nobody can go to Japan this year. Like, not a lot of people can go to Japan this year. I understand the exclusivity, but also, like, damn, bro, you can't release like a fucking promo. Like, I don't know. I saw somebody.
I think Tate pointed out that gatekeeping trailers and teasers is bullshit.
Well, to me, here's my compromise.
Yeah,
to me, that's a compromise.
The title cards were also so lame to see on the Star Wars show.
Yes.
But to me, my compromise have always been it's stream the panels, give us a version of the trailer that's different than their version. There you go. No one's gonna bitch about that.
Yeah,
We win, they win.
And what
Also,
really
get to watch full episodes.
And what made me really realize how bullshit it kind of was the one I did go to, the 2022 Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. Like, there were panels I couldn't get into, and when these trailers were getting leaked, even I didn't see them. I was like, bro,
I remember
I
that.
$300 to be at that convention, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I was like,
insane.
bro, I'm here and I don't know what the fuck is going on in there. Like, it's so exclusive to the point where it's like almost obnoxiously like.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like no, I would rather you guys not. I would rather you guys.
Here's my pitch.
Thank
All
you.
right?
Suhail is right. Whatever Suhail just right.
Mhm.
Put that on the.
What'd you say?
That I think it's a happy medium.
I would unironically be okay with that.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
Everyone who was in attendance with whatever email was used to sign up, send them high quality versions of the trailers.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And then and then you can let them go online. They'll go online
to hype up your shit.
But like, they will be your biggest cheerleaders.
Let
and you can do
the
that for free.
editors
It's the
and
freest.
graphic makers and gift makers cook.
Yeah.
For the love
Also,
of God.
at
images.
the same time, if we're gonna do that, have the panel on the live stage,
especially for the people that decided to go. That's I am 100% with that. Everybody that goes and buys a ticket should at least they should show that on the Celebration live stage. They should show that
show
panel.
them the trailer.
My buddy that came with me to Celebration in 22. My buddy that came with me to Star Wars Celebration in 2022. Which ones were really? I think Obi-Wan Kenobi. What was the other one?
Andor and Mando and Grogu. When
I think they had started. They started Star Wars Visions. Like it was like, and so all of these trailers, like they were circulating like leak wise. And my buddy told me, he was like, dude, like, unless you get into these panels, like you're not going to see this shit. Like he was like, it's insane. Like it's actually insane. And he said, I'm losing my mind because I'm on Reddit, like literally arguing with people. They're like, well, they're doing this because it's like an exclusivity. He's like, but that's stupid though. I don't understand. Even from a marketing perspective, that's stupid. Like I don't understand.
I get rewarding the fans that want to be there, right? I get that.
Yeah.
But that's why you get the full episode. Like why you get to watch a full episode before anybody else.
Yeah, but
Access
here's
to
my
panels,
thing.
to
That is
exclusive
new.
content, to exclusive merch. You get those perks that you paid for. I get that. You get to see the cast in person. I get that. But to a point where they're literally gatekeeping smaller teasers, smaller trailers. And Emma, you pointed it out. Let the fucking graphic artists do what they do. It's free advertising. Number one, you build the hype around your show. You get people and fan fiction writers and like edit makers and all that involved into the process. What they're doing now to me is counterproductive to the culture.
Sue's spitting facts. Yeah,
they are doing. They're doing the Nintendo thing.
Yes, Suhaila said again. Holy shit! Yes.
I mean, the prequels had a live stream
of Revenge of the Sith
recording.
Really?
They showed a goddamn green screen.
It was
That's
a
awesome.
live screen of the stage that they were recording the film on. That was on just 24/7. That was the thing.
That's amazing.
That was in 2005.
This whole privacy thing started with Marvel. Like in the old days, Star Wars novelizations came out before the movie. Like
the video games came out before the movie.
The Force Awakens novelization came out like either the same day or a little bit before the movie.
It was like the day before the movie.
I think why, and honestly, I think why it hits me as hard as it does, because like normally this kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Like when Marvel goes, we're not showing you the trailer. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck, bro. Like. If you really want my radical opinion, it should have ended after Endgame. But like that's besides the like. If you really want my honest opinion, it should have ended. Okay, all right, but no. But like when it hit me, I was like, yeah, like no, dude. Like just on principle, I don't like the idea of you're trying to hype up a movie that's coming out in less than a year. and your response is to be like, whoever not only got to go to Germany to watch this like thing, but got a ticket to go inside the expo at Germany to go see this thing. That's when you'll get to see. And also, like, you better not fucking share what you saw. Like, it's like, dude, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? Like, what is this? I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind. I don't understand the logic behind like by metrics, the most anticipated film, whatever you're doing of the year, and being like, yeah, like if any of you guys share this, like we're DMCAing you into oblivion, and I just don't. I don't know. Like
I don't know if you remember this. I hate admitting this publicly, but JJ, do you not remember us in the London bar with the Lucasfilm people behind us, all sharing pirated footage, and they didn't even care? They're just like, yeah.
That's right. That's exactly
right. They don't care. They're
God, I wish,
too.
I wish I was sober to remember a lot of that.
No,
clearly.
they don't care. I have talked to Catherine Baver. She watches all of our content.
Yeah,
like a lot of them do, and they're fans, and they're like, they don't agree with some of the weird stuff, but they're like, we need more. Yeah. Anyways, by the way, Kristen Baver is doing an Art of the Acolyte book. Check it out.
Yes.
Yes.
Get it.
Yeah,
Nick, I sent you exactly
an art of book for the Acolyte.
And to Marvel Studios' credit, like I think the Russo, amazingly, the Russo brothers were the ones that kind of normalized it. Like when it first came, when reaction channels first started becoming like a thing in 2015, 2016, the Russo brothers, like when the first Civil War trailer came out, like they used those reaction channels to kind of like third party boost the generation, like the hype for the movie. And so they pretty much came out and said like, yeah, we don't mind, like when it's like a trailer, like we don't give a fuck if somebody wants to like take the entire trailer and repost it to them reacting to it. They're like, yeah, this actually helps us financially if you believe it. And so
they're not trying to make money off of the trailer views.
And so what drives me nuts, I'll see one side of Disney, Marvel, being like, yeah, dude, like I don't give a fuck, like go ahead. And then I'll see Lucasfilm treating it like it's fucking Oz. And it's like, okay, like it's and it'll be, and the trailer will be like a fucking a sizzle reel. And it's like, okay, like just fucking release it, bro. When was the last time they,
or nothing?
Yeah, when was the last time they actually released like a trailer coinciding with? Like when?
Yeah, like the Mandalorian Grogu thing. I heard what the clips are. It's just 2 minutes. It's like a 2 minute clips combined. That's it. I mean,
it's a sizzle
like,
reel.
Yeah, it's a sizzle reel.
Okay, I will say this in their defense, to play devil's advocate.
No.
You know, I think both.
There are some. Hold on.
I think both sides are bad. I just
kill me now. No. Sometimes the CG is not finished. Things,
sure,
and they're like, the people in this audience will be okay with that. They're the early adopters. We can't release that to them.
No.
If that's the case, all right, whatever.
The casual
if you don't want to give this to the chuds, I get that.
It'd be the Venom trailer all over again.
I understand. I understand that rationale. The issue I have with the issue I have with their life,
people more time.
Yeah, no, like I don't mind if it's like a situation where it's like, oh, like it's not done. Like I don't mind, like. Because anybody who flies to Japan to go see it will be fine with any semblance of footage they get. Like they'll be fine with like a marker and like filming has begun. Like they'll be like, yeah, like they'll be okay with that. Like my issue is when the trailer is like basically done and it's like, okay.
Like the Darth Maul, Shadow Lord. That's
trailer. I've seen clips of that. It looks
I've seen the whole thing.
I've seen the whole thing.
It looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you not release that? Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand.
Even release it on Disney Plus, bruh.
Literally.
Thank you.
something exclusive that people who couldn't go could still reach. Like okay, like I can't fly to Japan. Maybe if I like renew my whatever subscription, I can see it there. Like from a marketing perspective,
anyways, yeah.
From a marketing perspective, that works. Like I just don't understand the logic behind it.
And also, the people that are going to the convention are gonna freak out when Sam Witwer shows up. Like they're like, "Oh my god!" They're still gonna get that moment.
And they're gonna tweet it immediately. Like today, when I was posting those videos, I was like, I want to post Rory McCann dressed as Baylon. I mean, playing Baylon.
So
I was
good,
scared. I am scared. Is Disney gonna strike me or like
No.
Like
post it
because
why I shouldn't have that fear.
There were media outlets that were posting that. Those
I saw
pictures.
IGN post it.
IGN posted it.
Yeah. You posted.
What was I afraid of?
Listen,
what was I afraid of?
You know what else? You know what else sucks is the live stream that Star Wars has. They private it at the end of the day. At least they did that with the first day.
Really?
Second day, I've just left the tab open, so I still have it. You know, I actually recorded it all, but I recorded it all without sound, like an idiot.
So now, now even
I have a tab that's been open for the whole day that has an 8-hour stream on it.
So now the stuff that's supposed to be even public isn't public.
Yeah.
But okay. So Josh, where can the good people follow you? Because I know Josh has got to.
Oh no! Like no.
30 minutes of trying to close everyone's social medias later.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
It's cold.
No, you're fine. So no, you guys can find me. My handle is the same on every major social media platform. I'm pretty easy to Chaco, please let me have my moment. I'm joking. Chaco, shut the fuck up. No, I'm joking. God damn it, Chaco. I'm joking. No. Quiet. No. You guys can find me on basically every major social media app. I have the same handle everywhere I go. And it is always a privilege and a pleasure to interact with you guys regarding Star Wars. Now, recently on TikTok, I have been going on like a political craze because I happen to live in this country. I it's hard for me. I have to kind of
it's hard not to.
It's hard not to. Yeah, no, and I unfortunately, it's rough. We got to kind of go through that. So Star Wars is a nice momentarily break, and you kind of like enjoy what you can while you can. You guys can find me on all those main handles. I'm the same handle everywhere I go, and I just want to say, like, it is eternally a pleasure to interact with you guys. I love all of you. You guys, it's fun to work off of you. It's fun to like bounce off funny jokes and bounce off ideas and stuff like that, and talk about stuff and meet up and all that other stuff. And this kind of stuff, whenever we get into like Star Wars Celebration era, whether it's like every year or every other year, it's refreshing to kind of like be stressed all year, and then you get to like a moment. You get to like a moment where it's like, okay, I'm gonna get on a plane and fly here, and I'm gonna have the time of my life with people that love the same thing that I do, and it's a moment. It's a moment that I never really want to take for granted ever. And so I want to thank you guys for making that experience worthwhile. Even if I die tomorrow, like I can look back and go,
Josh,
like,
you're not dying tomorrow.
Luke, let me have my moment, bro. Like,
He's like, I'm trying to say some mushy
God
shit.
damn it,
Just
Luke!
let me do it.
I'm being nice for
That's
one
right.
night.
That's
Luke,
right.
you've been talking over him the whole time.
Valid as fuck reaction.
He's
Luke's
a brown
mic was
man. He could be in El Salvador tomorrow. You don't know.
Yeah, Luke's mic was muted the entire time, but he was actually trying to talk over me. Like no, but I just wanted to take this time to thank you guys, and continue to stay safe, continue to love each other and take care of each other. And in this crazy time we live in, I think the majority of us, with the exception of I think Emma, we're in the United States. And so, I think
Stu and Nick are also here with me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
and so most of us are in the United States, or we're bordering the United States, and so it's kind of like a stressful situation finding out what happens next. Like, is Trump gonna do the big funny, like shit like that, where it's like, okay, like Is he just gonna say "fuck you guys" and launch the codes? Like, all right, like, and so in these moments of like peace and enjoyment, I always take advantage of these moments where it's like, okay, this is nice. Like, I am enjoying myself. I'm having fun. I said this to somebody on a live stream a couple of days ago. Somebody was doom scrolling basically, and I said, here's what I would say. I said, because it's susceptible. I won't chastise you for it because it's valid. But here's what I'll say. Whenever you naturally have a moment where you're having a good time, don't deprive yourself of that moment. Like, don't. Like,
Cherish
don't.
it.
If you're having a good time with your family, if you're joking around with your cousins, even with all the crazy, evil shit that's going on in this country, if you have a moment of clarity, a moment of peace with a cousin or a mom or a grandmother that you have, enjoy that moment. Don't let that cloud come back into your mind and be like, oh God, but like the tariffs, like I'm gonna be broke in 6 months. Like don't like but
COVID had
like
similar fears too. Like it's so expensive. Just keep that in mind as a perspective too.
Yeah, and so just
There'll
like
never be toilet paper ever again.
Yeah, like
no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. Don't deprive yourself of a moment of peace and clarity that will mean a lot to you. And so that's my message to you guys. Like, just continue to steady on, to quote Admiral Holdo, and continue to love each other and stay the course on everything. And I think, and one of the things about fascists and authoritarians is that they are incapable of making any of the shit they do last.
Correct.
They are incapable of like 1,000-Year Reich is the funniest shit I've ever heard, because it's like there is no way in hell you would have lasted a fraction as long as you think you would have. Like they always inevitably turn on themselves, or they're so inept at what they do that they collapse on themselves, and some sort of status quo in some form, whether it's good or bad, ends up taking its place. Fascism is not a sustainable ideology.
Fascism depends on aesthetic
Mhm.
only. That's why the cultural wars, that's why the infiltration of like art, they depend on aesthetic only. And I highly recommend the Washington Connection and Third World Fascism.
That's a great book. I love that book. And that's like
Can you send me that title?
This one, yes, absolutely. I'll text it to you.
And one more thing to say. Like
fascism is
fascism.
political vinegar strokes. After that, clarity sets in, and everyone's like,
Fascism relies on like a great other that they always need to fight against. Like whether that's why you'll see the shit that they talk about on the news, and you're like, why the fuck are you terrified of this? And it'll be like, we need to fight against big grain. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is big grain? Like, what even is that? Do you mean what you say? Like, no. Don't fight anything they come out and say. Just, I don't know. Just don't take it.
Fight
take
the
it with
fight,
a massive grain of salt.
As Marva would say, fight the bastards. But
that's all I had to say. Like, we live in a crazy
bricks and screws, baby.
Yeah, bricks and screws. I actually hated that part of Andor, by the way. I fucking despise it. Yeah, I'm offended. I'm offended. How dare they use
you're being sarcastic. I can't fucking tell anymore.
I thought
Come on, you're a dyad. You should know.
I thought we were a dyad.
Oh my god!
I'm a little drunk.
By the way,
me too, girl. Me too.
Brasco hit a fascist in the face with Marva's brick.
Yes.
That was my vinegar strokes.
Dude, I was gonna watch the Andor finale tonight, and I don't think I'm in a mental space to do that, because it's like if I watch that tonight, I'm gonna like run in the middle of the street and go like, oh!
Dude, if you watch Andor finale tonight, you're gonna set a cop car on fire at midnight.
Yeah. And for the record, guys, please don't do that. Not in this climate. Like, please don't. It's one thing to be like, it's one thing to not be scared, because I don't think anybody should like. I think people should show courage in the face of these assholes. But like, don't be stupid.
But Josh, there is a difference. If I burn a cop car, I'll be fine. If you burn a cop car, you're not gonna be fine.
That's very true. Results may vary depending on certain skin tones. Yeah, no, like
and gender.
Listen.
JJ gets pulled over. She's like, "Hello, officer," and he's like, "Hi, ma'am. You know how fast you were going?" And I go, "Good evening, officer. How are you doing today?" "Shut the fuck up and put your hands on the wheel." "Okay, all right. Sounds good. Perfect. Awesome. Cool." Like,
as a wise comedian once said, all black men are paralegals. Like,
yeah, no, yeah.
It's like 10. No,
like I have a buddy. I have a buddy.
They might look at me funny when they hear I'm an immigrant, when they see the last name. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see.
They'll hear like the accent.
I get 2 points. I get 2 points.
They'll hear like the accent and be like, "Oh, okay."
Wait a minute.
Are you from like, you know, like the fucking
the brown immigrants or the white immigrants? So
yeah, they'll show like the little fucking what's the like the shader
from the Family Guy.
Okay, not okay. Like yes, yeah.
Spot on.
Yes, you're from the good part of the yeah.
What we're trying to say is we're moving in.
Whenever I hear motherfuckers go,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. You're welcome literally anytime.
Whenever I hear motherfuckers go like yeah, I'm okay with immigration, like from Sweden and Denmark, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, okay. So follow-up question for you. I don't know.
Harris,
that's all I really got to say. Like, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, Josh.
It's a great experience. I'm hoping that whatever the next Star Wars celebration is an area that, even if it's not close to you,
we're going
accessible to an extent. Like,
we're all going.
I hope you're able to get on
I will bully you. I'm not kidding. You will be bullied by me.
Yeah, we all need to go to the 50th anniversary, guys.
Yes,
like,
we do.
Yeah.
That's the last super big one that we're ever gonna see in our life. You know what I'm saying?
Empire.
Reading Chuck Wendig books in person.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a big moment. And to be clear, guys, like when and JJ can attest to this, and everybody, I think almost everybody here has been to a celebration. I think.
Yes.
Except for Emma. Emma, 27 for sure is gonna be yours. It's gonna be yours.
I was when I was blessed enough to go to the 2022 one. The entire weekend was like magic to me. Like I couldn't believe I was there. I couldn't believe I sat at the fountain at Anaheim and just watched all the cosplays and people walking around, and everybody, virtually everybody you talked to would have something to say because they're all like on the same wavelength as you. You know what I'm saying? And so when it was over, I didn't want to go because I was like, bro, this is the kind of stuff I dreamed about my entire life. Being able to sit down and talk to a random guy about like, yo, dude, like, isn't this good? Isn't this great? And he's like, yeah, dude, like, I love this Glup Shido episode where I'm like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, dude, I've never seen you before in my life. You're awesome. Like, you know, like it's great. It's a great feeling. So I'm praying that wherever it is, and I've already determined I will be going. Like, I don't even care. I don't care if it's in fucking Germany. I will get my passport ready and I will go to Germany and learn German in the meantime. Like, you know, like I will do what I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will do what I can.
We're less Nazis.
And if I
whoa, God damn it, Brandon.
Eastern Germany, maybe not so much, but Western, yes.
As long as the AFD stays out of power, they'll be okay. But like wherever it is, I will make sure I'm there. But like, if there's a moment where we can sit down and appreciate it, like it would mean the world to me if all of us were able to go.
Absolutely.
It
There's
means
a bunch
lot
of Wookiees dancing to my right. I'm so
Luke. All right. Okay. Yep. We got
Chaco, if you throw off my groove one more goddamn time, I swear to God, man.
Harris, we already know where
I'm sending you Andor spoilers if I watch it before you.
This feels like the ending to Return of the King. We have like 40 different endings to this fucking podcast.
We do have 40
I swear to God. I was gonna be like originally be like, oh my god, I think it's gonna be Orlando. It's fucking LA. Let's not be.
Yeah. It's just
it is either Orlando. I genuinely do believe it's either Orlando or LA. Like if it's LA has a good LA has a good cause because of the George Lucas
George Lucas lives part-time in Chicago. Let's just not be fucking getting that a little fast.
My dark horse is Chicago, and I swear to God, if it's Chicago, I'm gonna be so fucking happy, dude. I will lose my dude. I will literally put money aside every paycheck. I'm like, yo,
dude, myself, Char, we're all
we
here.
will invade.
No, Char's in Florida now.
Florida man. Char's a Florida man.
We'll
3-day pass, brother.
We'll talk about Florida man.
Char has a Florida house. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Luke, where do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be Orlando.
Luke, where do you think it's gonna be? Yeah.
I would like it to be Orlando.
I'm just the host, guys. I don't really, yeah, okay.
All your tears about don't decline.
By the way, when is the wedding, dear?
What?
When is the wedding?
Luke, you're muted.
Wedding is in June.
June. Okay, so you have time to save for
that's the biggest thing. Obviously we are also in the housing market, and if it's between a house and in Celebration, hopefully we don't have that issue, and it's 2026 we get a house. If so, awesome. But we will be we won't go to any other con. You're not going to see us at New York Comic Con. You're not going to see us at any local cons. Maybe a couple of Ren fairs, but we are the only con that we are going to want to go to is Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
So we will make it work.
Yep.
We will make it work. But
Amen.
Anyway, thank you everyone
for the wedding.
Absolutely not. And to end this, I'd like to thank everybody that was on the stream. Aggie, you can follow her on all her social medias. They'll all be in the link below. But I would just like to thank everybody for joining. Really, really appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna have a debrief of Celebration with folks that were at the con next Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. But with that, that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for all showing up.
Thank you.
You guys are the best.
Stop spoiling Invincible in my videos. Goddamn it, people.
I will find you. Anyway, but that's gonna be it. May the force be with you always.
Trump's a fascist.
Free Palestine.